time's frozen at 37 seconds.
I got 35.
I see.
Oh wait, it's going again.
Well, hopefully there
Yeah, it's
aren't
going again.
any other issues. I'm seeing that the stream connection, according to the stream preview on Twitch, is excellent. So hopefully, we don't have too many issues.
Oh,
But yes,
we
I'm
got some
having
spam
internet
already.
troubles.
Look at that.
Yeah, look at
Oh
us.
my gosh, pour one out for
Kickflip.
Felix the cat. Oh, okay.
But yes, with all of that out of the way, let's press the recap button. Yeah, hello, family, friends, fans, and fellow adventurers, and welcome back to another troubled stream for Campaign 2, Sands of Syldaris. Last week was audio issues. Think I fixed those. This week it's internet trouble, and I can't fix that. So deal with it.
Join us in 2 weeks when hopefully that's fixed, and then there will be something else wrong.
Yeah,
It'll be video. Video.
Oh God, Lindsay,
Specifically.
don't curse us.
But yes, welcome back to the Sands of Syldaris, where last time you guys made your way down the side of the mountain with a floating disc and a large crystal in tow, and brought it to the Druid Grove, where Rip had cleansed a portion of the corruption from the gem, transferring it instead to Linga, who can put these sorts of magics to much better use than an inanimate object. You brought the crystal to the druids, who finished the cleansing of the crystal, and were confident enough that it was no longer usable that they were willing to release it to you. So, naturally, you did what any good inclined adventurers would do, and brought it back to your local thieves guild to fence.
Capitalism.
It is capitalism, baby. Everyone has now gained a level in capitalism.
No.
Yes.
Oh wait,
You're all
I'm
proficient,
a.
which means you now have
You're already
debt.
an entrepreneur, Mira.
You're
You're
already
already
we can
in
open
it.
a lemonade stand.
Your first level capitalism feature is mounting debt.
Woo!
Yeah, baby.
I'll ride that debt like it's my bitch.
At level 2, though, you will unlock minor tax evasion. So,
Ooh.
um,
I think RIP specifically has a feature regarding taxes.
probably.
Yeah.
But yes, you returned to Bimbledook. You returned to your good friends, the Runestone Forge, and you sold the crystal off to them for a large sum of 300 platinum pieces each, a grand total of 3,000 gold each, and discussed with Urvir, the lovely green tiefling, how one might go about securing passage to the Silent Isles that isn't necessarily waiting in line for an airship that everyone else is using. So, you took a brief break, about an hour, to do some shopping, where Chester purchased for himself a lovely new suit, which looks exactly the same as the old suit.
The way I was thinking of it is his old studded leather armor. He tried to disguise it to not look like armor, but now that he's got glamored studded leather, it actually doesn't look like armor anymore.
Stutter.
Da-da-da.
Da-da-da-da-da.
But yes, that was where we had left off, with Chester having purchased some new armor. Linga reading over the new book that she had received from the druids, containing some lovely druidic magic. Mira flying around with her seaweed cape.
Yeah.
Look at
You know,
fly.
Warden just doing Warden things.
Those kind of
Hashtag just
thing, you
Warden
know,
things.
Just hashtag just warden things.
We love warden things.
We do.
So yeah. What would you guys like to do? There is about an hour before you need to be at the Bimbledook dock, which I practiced saying multiple times this week.
I want to tell my friends about the new spells, is what I want to do.
Ooh,
Oh.
I like
First-
new spells.
And I cannot lie. Well, she can.
I can actually. I'm alright
Yeah,
at it. I prefer
yeah.
not to be honest. To be honest.
Well, you know.
Wait,
Really
what level?
depends
I
on
have to
the
make sure.
situation.
What level are we?
The same as before.
400.
Oh, okay.
Or
We're level
Seven.
7.
Evil
Seven.
Are
Level
you saying,
7.
Mitch,
Where?
did we get a short rest in?
Yes.
Oh, cool. I'll do that.
Not that I have
Short
any
rest.
hit dice, but
Apparently, I'm healthy. All right, let's see. Where is this book at? Where have you put this? I looked at it before. Chest from Dryad, Drift Globe.
It should be
Is it in my
Uh,
bag?
labeled for you. Druid
Yeah, but
spellbook.
I'm-
It's underneath Drow Poison and above gold pieces.
Oh,
and labeled
there it is.
Druid spellbook.
Oh, did you put? It's alphabetized. How about that?
It is.
It is. What? This is far too logical. That's why I couldn't find it.
I've
I'm
even
used to
arranged the
everything.
spells inside the book by
Yes.
level for you.
I know,
Ooh.
it's sexy. So we've got this one called Jezda's Tiny Charm. It's the first level. And I can, I need a little cute container. So somebody needs to find me a little cute container because when I touch it and imbue it with enchantment magics from the hedge, the container will animate and run around and collecting shit.
oh, I'm sure
Such
I've got
fun
a cute.
little spell.
That is really cute.
So I'm thinking like a cute little like makeup pot with like a little poofer that it like runs around, you know. So that's fun. And it does it for a whole minute, and any object that isn't worn or carried and weighs less than 15 pounds along its little windy path. So that's fun. And then we've
we'll
got
need a name,
Baba's.
of course.
I just kind of picture like the teacups from like Beauty and the Beast almost.
Yeah. We should get a little tea set specifically for that.
For anyone interested, I've just dropped the spell in chat.
Thanks.
Yeah. And let's see, this is a fun one. Well, Rip is more excited about it than Linger is, but she'll still, you know, they're a team effort. Baba's Pincushion. This one makes a torrent of serrated darts that fly towards an enemy, do damage, potentially restrain them, and if they get pinned to the ground or a surface heavier than the creature, it's restrained. If not, they have to spend a whole action to like unstick their butt from the chair or whatever. That's fun.
I love that.
Then there's one called Diversion Door. It's third level. And this one, you enchant like a doorway, an egress or an ingress of your choosing. And basically, creature walks up to it and they can't go through it. It just turns them around and they either forget what they were doing or remember and know that they couldn't get in. So that's fun.
I like that. Those are
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah, they are cool.
But
I
wait,
like
got
there's
something.
more.
Yeah, it keeps going, guys. I just want you to know about them because, you know, we're a team.
Spells.
Yeah, we like spells. Bark Bulwark, a non-magical wall of bark erupts from the ground and protects you and your allies.
Oh, that's nice.
That's fun.
Each spell is being dropped in chat as it gets named.
Yeah. Hidden agent. This one is not hedge magic. This one is high ritual magic.
Ooh.
And you link, and Warden, looking at you, you link your mind with a consciousness with that of a creature you can see within range. And of course, if it's unwilling, there's a save. For the duration, you can use an action to see, hear, smell, feel, and experience the world through the target's senses. It's like greater familiar, but your friend. You're familiar, but your friend. Oh my god.
So she could
And
like
then-
send Warden in somewhere and see and act through him and give him
Yeah.
directions.
Literally animated armor at that
Oh
point.
man.
Yeah. I would, she's not going to make you do it, but if you agreed to it, she might make people she doesn't like do it.
Yeah.
And
But like,
by
if there's an
might, I mean,
area
she
where
will.
Would be
people
kinda
couldn't
funny.
breathe, he doesn't need to.
Yeah. Like, we need to walk around in some underwater cavern. She just, pop into Warden's mind. Field of Lotuses. This is a 7th level abjuration. A magical
Awesome.
field of lotuses sprouts in a 20-foot cube centered on a point you can see within range. Everybody in it has immunity to psychic damage because it's just so pretty and you just feel so good. You're just like, whatever about the stresses of life. And that's what the druids gave her.
Also,
Wow.
if you spend 10 minutes in the area, you're cured of all diseases, all poison, and reduce exhaustion by 1.
But yeah, that stuff too, but
And some other fun regen stuff.
yeah.
Very cool.
But mostly it's just so zen that you're just
Yes.
like, whatever. Just whatever.
5 sessions from now, Linger will have renamed it Linger's Zen Garden.
Yes. We'll put in different flowers other than lotuses since they need like all that water, Maybe we'll. It's like a little circle of lilies of the valley, just looking all pretty and quaint.
Love it.
Over to
that.
you, Maywood. What's going on, sir?
Oh, I'm just experimenting with my new armor. If I want to make it purple, I can make it purple. Look at this. And then he makes it.
Oh.
Oh, I do like that. That's an attractive shade.
If I want to make it see-through so you can see my hairy pectoral muscles, yeah, I can do that. Look at this.
I don't believe that to be.
Oh,
Oh, wow.
goodness.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
I
Hey, my eyes are up here, everyone. All right. And he changes it back to them.
get my
Emperor's new
vapors.
clothes over here.
Mira, how are things? How are you
Good.
feeling?
I'm okay. I'm good. Like,
Rifling through her bag for a container.
yeah, I'm looking for a cute container. I'm sure I have one. It's a big bag.
Yeah, I checked. I don't really have. I got an oil flask. That's not really.
Oh,
I'll
we need
find
to-
one.
Tinderbox. Hmm. Closer.
Closer, but
We need like a Muriel Poppins style bag. That
yes, 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 yes. Like a bag of holding. Muriel Poppins bag of holding. Name brand.
yes. I mean, I have my bag of holding, but it would be good to have.
My bag of holding only holds bath bombs. I don't know why.
I got
Tries
a
to
bag
put-
of beans.
Ooh.
Mira tries to put something else in her bag of holding and it just spits it back out.
Yeah. Does it burp? I hope
Yeah,
it burps.
100%. 1000%.
Little soap bubbles.
Yeah. I got during this time of us taking a break, I got more bath bomb supplies.
Hell yeah.
Yes.
I will be making bath bombs on the airship.
I will be your first customer.
Yay!
Can Linger have spent some of her time helping Mira branch out into lotions with her alchemy?
Sure.
Sweet.
Yay!
So we don't get a lot
It's
of
an
time
untapped
for
market.
soaking, but we're
You rub them
Oh.
on.
we're always have opportunity to rub it on. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
That's the wording that I meant.
So much
Always-
thought
we
went
can
into
always
how
rub it
you could
on.
stop that, and you just went with it instead. I love it.
Yeah. All right. Sorry, I still have COVID gunk.
That's okay.
Apparently, it only lasts a few months, so it should be gone by summer.
Unless you have the long COVID.
By fall. Or I have cancer, and then we'll have like a whole other issue. But it's fine. I've been watching too much House.
Brilliant. Was Warden doing anything during this time?
Yes.
Or just vibing?
Camera over to Warden.
I think mainly just having gear checked, making sure the joints are loose, you know. Yeah, no. Is there any? I'm trying to think if there's anything I've been trying to do with his armor. Is you know, for funsies, is there any way that I could like integrate like either the whip or like the snake-headed whip or the scimitar into my armor somehow?
In what sense?
Like,
Alright,
so you
so-
like shoot out of your arm or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, like how in the Mandalorian, how like he can shoot out his like rope from his arm,
Uh-huh.
like I don't know. It's up to you.
Sure. I'd say you could do either, but it'll be, given the time you have, one of your choice.
Okay. Let's
And
see.
some money.
Of course.
Naturally. Now
Of
that
course,
you
we
guys
just
have
level up
a
our
level in
capitalism, too.
capitalism.
Yeah. I mean, I figured, you know. I'm trying to work up so we can earn the mom and pop level.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah. For now, I guess just the whip.
Cool.
Open my door.
I'll say, let's have a look at my Arcana Mechanics stuff. Because I do have some systems. Check me out, prepared for once, am I right? So, I'll say 300 gold to have
All right.
Wow, what a
retractable
deal.
whip.
Mm.
It's a quick job. It's not fantastic, but it's doable and usable. And I will need you, please, to roll some percentiles for me, please, because you are having some
Ooh.
arcano-mechanical prosthetic work
Really?
done.
Just 1d100.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
We need them percentiles.
63.
63.
Not bad. Seems not bad. Not bad, not great.
You do not gain a long-term madness. Good job, buddy.
Oh, so then very great then.
Oh, right. I can go
No,
cyber
I mean, I
psycho.
guess.
Yeah. This was
I
before
tried
I
so
knew about
hard
cyberpunk,
last.
but yes,
last-
very cyber psycho. Yeah, Mary
Oh, boy.
came close.
I tried so many times to get madness in the last campaign.
Mary
Lindsay's
nearly
the
went
only
full
person I
bot.
know that's like, come on, madness, let's fucking go. But it lines up with Lindsay's backstory as who she is as a person. So
I do enjoy that there was, I think it was a void spell that was used in the presence of Mary, who had been trying to
yes.
go mad, and you rolled the madness, and the madness that you rolled for Mary after all that, finally getting to roll for some madness and getting one was immediately drop unconscious.
Yeah.
Hmm.
It was the
Of
It
all
was the
things.
it was the second most tragic thing that happened in campaign 1.
The first most being the campaign.
You're gonna kill her, Mitch.
Oh no.
First most being what I had to do to my baby.
Yeah. The gutting that you had to do.
But we got Semiril, so, you know,
Yeah.
silver lining. Happy accidents. But yes, Warden, you do now have a retractable cat of 9 tails.
All right.
All the weeboos are happy, whatever they are.
Lindsay has opinions about people who like anime.
Unfortunately,
I don't know the terms. I'm just.
unfortunately, Warden, the only way to actually extend the whip to use it is you have to first say, "Now watch me whip."
Oh, no.
That's the only way the whip extends out.
This
Unfortunately,
is just Warden talking with like the mechanic or whatever. Like, are you sure we can't change like the scope phrase? Like, I'll say go gadget or something silly.
he's
Come on,
just
this
there
is
like,
going to
look,
age poorly. This is going to age so poorly.
I gave people the choice before, and they all went for its whipping time. So
And then they went all over the place. Okay, fine, I get it.
you could only have so many Whippy McWhip faces, you know.
No bad.
Cool. So Warden's just kind of putting the finishing touches on this new mechanism in his arm as Linger's describing her new spells to everyone, and Mira's digging through her bag, and Chester's putting the finishing touches on his suit.
Do I find a cute container though? Like
For
Go
sure.
on Pinterest. I'm gonna go on
Absolutely.
Pinterest.
let's go on.
Mira has
Everything.
just
It
that sort of stuff, you know?
It's
Like, you've
not
got so many
Muriel Pop.
clothes that Mira probably also goes, ooh, cute container, I can use that for something. Like,
100%.
everything that's containing bath bomb ingredients is probably the most random collection of miscellaneous containers that she has just found.
Oh yeah, 100%. Like Mira just is me in Baldur's Gate 3, where I just like pick up everything, and then I'm like, I'm sure I'll be able to use this, and then I can't because it's just a glass and there's no use for it except for selling it. And I'm like, okay, I'll take my 1 gold. Thank you, merchant.
So yeah,
Appreciate that.
I'll let you guys decide what the container looks like. Rip has been gearing himself up for airship travel by reminding you all that he does own his own remote-controlled airship and has been flying that around.
Oh, and he's wearing a bomber jacket with the little hat and the goggles.
Does he have the scarf
be-
as well?
You know it.
Oh my god,
Constantly blowing.
is he just Snoopy?
Sometimes.
Sometimes he's Snoopy, sometimes he's unimaginable horrors beyond our comprehension.
Yeah.
Right, just like Snoopy.
Yeah.
What Snoopy were you watching?
The same.
Par for the course, Snoopy right there.
So, what would you guys like to do then? Have you been in the Runestone Forge this whole time, just vibing underground, or have you been out and about in Bimbledook?
You imagine out and about. Linger actually doesn't like to stay in one place very long.
She's had enough of that? Yeah.
Yeah. So
Weird,
given
that.
the option, she likes to walk around.
Okay.
If there's a lounge where this sky ship takes out of, Chester would try to get into the VIP lounge. Chill there while he waits.
Give me a
Like
persuasion
Bindelt.
check to talk your way in. Because he would absolutely locate one and would absolutely talk his way in.
So 20. I know it says 13, but
He's a
minimum
rogue,
10.
it's fine. or a bard
Mhm.
even. You know, he's both.
Hard rogue.
He could do what he wants. Yeah, cool. So how do you convince them that you're a VIP?
I just
Two
like
human
sort of
guards.
stand like this, like doesn't even say anything. Just sort of looks at him like, "Come on now, who are we kidding?"
There's a kind of like a moment of pause. They look at each other. They're kind of like leaning in and whispering. You do catch a. I don't know. I mean, look at his suit. Yeah, okay, fine. Must be. Yeah, sorry. Right. In you go, sir.
Thank you. You're a gentleman and probably other things.
They gesture you in. It's a lovely little lounge, run by what seems to be a group of about 5 Aarakocra. There's kind of 2 behind like a bar area, and then there's 3 that are just kind of doing the rounds, making sure people are comfortable, they're okay, they're serving food to them, they're bringing drinks to them. It's premium. As you walk in, one of them kind of just totters over and, might we take your jacket, sir?
Yes, please. Thank you.
Very good, sir. And takes the jacket, kind of reaches into a pocket, pulls out a notepad, scribbles, tears off. Your number for collection later.
Thank you.
Places the notepad back in and hurries off to the cloakroom. So, yeah, you guys would find Chester there later. Unless anyone's gone with him.
I'm definitely not fancy enough. I'm
Yeah,
also like making bath bombs, probably.
Although it would be really funny if Mira went and it was like, "Take your coat, madam," and then they just kept taking coats off of her.
Sorry, ma'am, we have a 10 coat per person limit.
Why?
Because we've
That's
never
so
been in this
silly.
situation before.
Oh, so it's a
Ma'am,
new
the rail
rule.
can't handle this.
That seems like a you problem.
She's one of those VIPs.
100%.
Mira
Oh my God,
can't
just-
get good help these days.
Mira the diva.
Oh my gosh.
I think
yes, you-
I think I found it. I'll send it to you,
Ooh.
Mira.
Hell yeah, let me see it.
But yeah, you will eventually make your way up to the Skydock. There's this kind of large tower.
Oh yeah, that's
Um,
it.
Towards the center of Bimbledook, with this somewhat unique, but it is in a few locations around Eroth. It's not uncommon, but it's not common. It's this arcano-mechanical device they refer to as a lifter. It sort of functions quite similar to the floating disc you've used, but it's this large platform that a lot of people can stand on, and then it has a lot of arcano-mechanical gears and machinery to lift the whole platform up to a higher location. Very, very complicated piece of equipment. I'm sure you guys are dumbfounded at the thought that such a thing could ever exist.
Well, this is crazy.
How do I come up with these things?
Well, it says Otis here. That's interesting.
I understood that.
Name
I
another
did not.
elevator brand. I don't-
Right? Yeah.
I didn't, but I
I
assumed.
can. You got me.
But yes, you are.
Checked by Bimbledook's elevator checker about 10 months ago. Wow. Time for a checkup, huh?
You reach the top, and it's this large kind of octagonal platform that is encased in this very clearly magical dome. You would expect kind of up here to be feeling kind of the wind from being up so high, and the lack of railings would generally tend to be cause for concern.
Yeah, I'm calling OSHA.
But Linga would absolutely immediately pick up on the fact as well, watching as airships kind of leave and enter the dome. You would definitely pick up on the fact that your immediate assumption would be some sort of one-way force field, for lack of a better word, where you can see people at the edges of this platform, and so far no children have fallen off. So it looks
We can
like
correct that.
airships can go in and out, and people, unless necessary, cannot. But from this high up, you can actually see the vast majority of Bimbledook, and kind of how it is built up in and around the mountainside.
Lovely.
And there are a number of clockwork mechanical guardians just patrolling this platform, with a small area towards the back, this kind of walled off small building, which the walls are almost entirely glass, and through them you can see a fairly large number of very important looking people, and of course Chester in and amongst them.
If he sees his friends, he would get his jacket and pay his bill and head over.
I feel like we're silent because none of us know what to do in a fancy restaurant.
Brilliant. So, as Chester heads over to rejoin the group, you can see there are kind of various cordoned off areas where people are starting to kind of congregate and line up, and they're being kind of provided entry and access to airships. There are a couple of kind of small buildings sort of dotted around, and as you kind of all rejoin as a group, you can see kind of just off in the distance, leaning up against the side of one of the buildings, there is a kind of 5'9"-ish, blue-skinned, wearing very similar clothes to Rip, just without the cap and the scarf. And kind of, you can see the hair just flowing as if it's being blown by wind. It's this kind of pale blue, almost white, but also slightly translucent. And they just seem to be carefully scanning the crowd.
Chester's gonna lean down to his friends. Seems like that individual over there is doing the old scope out. You know?
I think you're right. Perhaps we should try to subtly approach them. That is one of our strongest suits. So I think we should hang back and you should approach him, and we'll see how that goes.
Yeah.
He'll straighten his jacket a little bit and then do the old pretend to look around. Oh, yeah. And then just meander over to the individual. Greetings, sir.
Hello.
Will you be joining us on this flight to the Silent Isle? There's only one of them, you know. That will only make sense to you guys.
He's right. He's right.
Yeah, it's because Warden's been correcting you every time you guys have said
Oh,
Silent
okay.
Isles.
Yeah. I just want to put an S on the end. I can't help it.
No,
I
I do it as
agree.
well. And I'm the one that named the fucking thing. But it does make sense because it is only one body of land.
That you know of.
True. Yeah, it's actually not fully mapped out on a world map, which is why there's no
Or
specific locations on
alternately,
it.
one landmass for now.
Also that. Rip is about to land. He kind of stands up, adjusts the bomber jacket a little bit, and brilliant. You come to think of it, as the rest of them sort of come into view, you are the ones I was given the description of.
Ooh,
Obviously, I
nefarious
suppose.
sounding.
We deal in nefarious. Have you met Irvir? He can be quite intimidating.
As we approach. And Mira hears it. She's like, Irvir's so nice. He's not scary at all. What are you talking?
Oh, he can be when people get on the wrong side of him. But I do agree.
He is such a softie.
My name is Fan, and I am to be your pilot today.
Ah, fan. Well, a pleasure. We are ABBACADABRA. Sorry, I threw an extra on there by mistake. I am Chester. This is Linga. This is Mira. This is Warden. This is Rip.
A pleasure to make all of your acquaintances. I understand you've helped the Runestone Forge a number of times, and, well, we owe each other a lot of favors.
We are mutually beneficial is a word I might use. Out of curiosity, what is the flight time from here to the Silent Isles? Are we talking days? Hours?
He kind of looks down, picks something from under his fingernail and just flicks it on the floor, looks back up. Well, standard flight time to the Silent Isles from Bimbledook would take you a number of days, yes, but I'll have you there in a day and a half.
Perfect.
What? Okay, how? Like, if it takes a few days, how are you getting us there so much faster?
Well, the simple reason that the Bumblebee is smaller, faster, and lighter than most of the other airships around here. Plus, piloted by one of the best airship pilots. Pilots? One of the best
Ooh.
airship
What?
pilots.
Freudian slip?
Absolutely.
Yes, under the tongue there.
One of the best airship pilots this side of the primary Gulf. Not the tertiary Gulf. That's the other side. The primary Gulf. The one that contains Azith and the rest of the Azean
Mira
provinces.
leans over to everyone and whispers, and she's like, I think he might have been a pirate in the tertiary Gulf. He seems to be like
Look, I'm sorry, I was practicing with my band until very late last night. I'm very tired.
Oh my god, what do you play?
Bimbledookian fusion jazz.
Ooh,
Chester used to be in a band. Well, we're
we
also
we fuse with all sorts of different stuff.
Yeah.
He has the mouth of a saxophone player, I can see.
Oh yeah, you're correct. 100%.
That's a thing? Is that
That's a good eye.
They call it saxophone mouth.
He looks like a
Oh.
man who can blow. Let's go.
Poor Warden is just like
You
short
can see
circuit.
such things.
Takes a trained eye.
One's like, you can see these things? I'm in trouble. They know.
Oh no. Well, if they know I played clarinet in middle school.
Oh, Warden, you sweet, sweet soul.
Warden does strike me as a clarinet man. I think he could rock that.
I played clarinet. Stephanie, played clarinet in middle school, so.
Jordan played the trombone.
Saxophone.
Oh,
Am I the only non-band kid here?
Yes.
we had to take
Wow.
And
Ew.
therefore, we are
Either-
kicking you out of this campaign. Goodbye.
Oh.
I either had to take band, choir, or orchestra, and I wanted to play the violin, but my mom went, "That's kind of expensive," and so clarinet won.
Yeah, I started with the oboe, and it turns out that sounds horrible if you don't know what you're doing. And switched to saxophone because my friend played saxophone.
Well, I wanted
Love
to play
saxophones.
saxophone, but they made you play clarinet first, and then they were like,
Weird.
"Well, you know,
All
it's
the
all
little
the."
churchy girls played clarinet, so I was like, you know, I'll do that.
My sister was a
You know what-
flautist.
You know what's real funny is I have two cousins, and one of them plays the clarinet, and one of them plays the oboe.
That is funny.
And they both play the cello.
Oh,
'Cause
that's
they're-
sweet.
They're fucking
Oh.
pretentious like that. Anyway,
Quick, someone send this stream to Mitch's cousins.
Yeah.
you don't know which ones
Anyway.
it is. I have
Here's
a
a
big
task.
Jewish family. I have many cousins.
That makes sense.
The more I learn, the more England and Jewish people just sound like Southerners. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yes. Wait till girl, wait
Tracks.
till you meet the Southern Jew.
Goodness.
Honestly, I could think of nothing worse. So,
Don't worry. Jay says that some of the real Southern Jews, instead of calling it Yom Kippur, call it Yom Kippur.
tracks.
Yom Kippur.
I was like, no, they don't. And then I heard somebody say it, and I was like, okay.
Wouldn't surprise me, yeah.
But you're right, you're right.
Kipper.
Yom Kippur.
Boom, y'all.
All right, let's do this. Let's do this Kessel run in less than 12 parsecs.
Hell yeah. Woo!
It's
That makes
not
so
the
sense. That's
reference
not
I
the
was
mission
going
of the
for,
time.
but I got halfway through what he was saying and was like, they're just going to think he's Han Solo.
Yeah.
Oh my god!
Is he not?
Yeah.
Is
He wasn't
not?
supposed to be.
Oh my god,
Well,
Chester's Chewbacca.
Unfortunately,
Oh
there's just
my
like
God.
two kinds of
No
cocky
relation
pilot.
no relation to Disney.
No.
We're legally distinct Star Wars.
Yeah.
Although saying that, one of my best mates from year 8 was always super hairy, and we used to call him Chewbacca.
That's funny. That's what Jay calls him.
Oh,
It transcends
I don't-
time and space, and
never
It's
know what I'm
fine.
allowed to laugh at.
We were
You're
allowed to
allowed.
make those jokes because we were all Jewish.
Jay calls himself Chewbacca, and it's
Amazing.
funny because I'm married to him, so I can
But
do
yes,
it.
Fan picks himself up off the wall, kind of dusts off the jacket a bit, and please.
Fan Solo. Here we go.
Exactly. Yes, I also just realized that.
Oh,
I promise none of this was intentional.
Maybe it's fan YOLO, just to make
Yeah,
that
fan
fun.
YOLO.
Fan YOLO.
I'm writing it down
Yeah.
to make it official.
Did he
he
just
kind
like
of-
shoot a guy right before we came?
I shot first. You all saw
No.
that, right?
No, not Club Shadow.
Uh, he kind of looks around and as much discretion as possible is preferable. Urve did tell me that this was to be somewhat discreet.
discreet of my middle names is, well, one of them.
Yes.
Chester's has as many middle names as I have coats.
So many.
So many.
God damn it. Although speaking of Star Wars names, I did come across a thing recently that was like the easiest way to come up with Star Wars names on the fly is to just get foods and swap the first letters around, so you get like Weef Bellington,
Oh my
I was ready for Dragon Ball names too.
Peppered Shy. Yeah, it's good for dragon. Well, but Dragon Ball names are like Raditz, which isn't the most subtle.
Yeah.
But
Frieza.
yes. Yeah, his dad's called Cooler. What are you saying?
Oh. His brother's called Refrigerator or something like that. I can't remember.
Yeah, it's cooler.
But yes, you are led around the side, and through kind of the small gaps between a few of the buildings where you can see it's kind of like various storerooms, places where luggage is kind of being unloaded from airships, and he brings you round towards kind of the back of this platform where it's almost kind of backing up against the mountain. You can very clearly see from kind of proximity alone, it absolutely takes a small ship to be able to actually maneuver into this location. And there is one such arcano-mechanical wonder docked here. Can everyone give me an Arcana or History check, please?
Yeah, baby.
11.
I like handing
19.
out knowledge. It's not my fault
Wow.
y'all is dumb.
3.
Oh my god.
Hold on,
Oh my
I'm doing
God.
a past life thing too.
16 will do it.
Oh, okay, then I won't use
Um,
past life thing.
I was gonna say if knowledge from a past life is a limited thing, then don't worry about using it. 16 will do it.
Okay, I won't.
If it's not limited and you just want to see how far you can push it, then go for it.
No, it's a resource. It's a resource.
But yes, Warden and Linger, and it somewhat makes sense that Warden might know a little bit about airships, given that he would have had to take one or two to get here in the first place.
Yeah.
The airship you see before you, they are ranked by, similar to ships, they are ranked in kind of classes of airship. So where you might have like a brig or a schooner or things like that for a seafaring vessel, what you see before you is a hummingbird. It's one of the smallest classes of airship, and the reason it's usually referred to as a hummingbird is because it has a set of wings on the side of the ship, and a very long and thin body, and the wings vibrate very quickly to give it lift and movement.
Sweet.
It's also one of the few ships that's capable of hovering in place like a hummingbird. Most
Look
of
at
them have
this
to
hunk
keep
of junk.
moving. Wow. So he
You're welcome.
throws Mura off the platform
Ah!
for its. No, he just kind of places a hand on the hull of the ship, and this is the Bumblebee.
Hummingbird named Bumblebee.
That's what I was gonna say.
Bumble.
She's served me well for many years.
It's a
Built her myself.
fine-looking craft. Oh yes, you could tell the hand craftsmanship is the finest quality.
Thank you. So, whenever you're ready, and he just kind of slides his hand down the hull, and you watch as part of the railing at the top slides to the side, and a small drawbridge lowers down. There is
No.
no real
boy.
rush, but it is ready for you now.
All right. I believe we are ready.
All right.
Looks, yeah.
I agree. Yeah.
Very
Yeah.
well.
Rip is already up there. He flew up 20 minutes ago while we were standing here.
We're running a smaller crew on this one, to keep things a bit more under wraps and a bit lighter. So, should the need arise, how do you all feel about potentially manning onboard weapons?
No, thank you. Oh, weapons. Oh. Yeah, all right. I'm on board for that. On board, get it? As he steps on board.
I could totally do that.
Yeah, most people generally don't tend to argue with manning one of our small ether cannons. But we like to ask first.
Oh, those things are fun.
Absolutely. So, and he kind of gestures you all on board, raises up the drawbridges he jumps on. And as you kind of look around, it is a bit of a mixed crew. There's a couple of halflings, a couple of half-elves, and the Air Ganassi fan. So, there is a small lodging below deck. If you're comfortable with hammocks, those have been set up for you. If you wish to rest for the entire journey, you can. It will take us a day and a half. Or if you wish to watch the world go by, feel free. And he strides over towards the wheel. But please do keep all limbs that you might miss if they were gone safely inside the aircraft at all times, unless absolutely necessary or unless you contain the ability to fly. Or regrow limbs.
Why? What can happen to them?
Well, you might miss them when they're gone.
Where would they go?
Depends where we are at the time and how fast we're going.
I guess that makes sense. We were just nods. It's like, what if I wanted... You know what? Never mind. I'm going to stop this line of questioning.
Very well.
It's okay.
I think I've answered my own question about where I might want things to go, so I could just... Mira is like
fair
subtly planning to drop bath bombs on the side of the ship.
It's still a
Like a
war
bomber.
crime to blanket bomb with bath bombs.
What do you mean? I didn't sign a Geneva Convention.
Mira said the Geneva suggestion.
Yeah, Mira was like, what do you mean convention? I thought this was a suggestion.
I thought this was just a meet, not a convention.
Oh my god, do we get to like get ribbons? Is everybody
Such
gonna
highbrow
cosplay?
humor from me as always.
Are there panels?
There's always panels. They don't even bet half of the panelists. It's amazing to go to, you know?
Lindsay speaking from experience. Lindsay pulling from the depths of experience. I mean, same, but...
Yeah.
So,
They just keep arguing. I'm waiting in line to ask them what their favorite dog breed is.
The guy in front of you is asking like a really complicated question, and you're just like, I just wanted to ask them what their favorite dog breed was. What the fuck?
so you watch as Fern pulls a few levers, twists a few knobs and dials, and you hear the landing gear retract, and you all feel a slight rocking as the airship disembarks Bimbledook.
Ooh.
And we switch to my new airship ambience.
Oh.
Sexy.
With some familiar tunes still around, but only the airship
with
appropriate
harmonica, right?
ones. No. That's only for when you're in a town.
Harmonica. The harmonica man.
I just
Harmonica
imagine
Man
he
has
was
been
on
left
the
behind.
he was on the dock and he just was like harmonicaing.
Does he play us off
Single
with a sad tune?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Same tune, just a lower key.
Yeah. And a little slower.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or harmonica man.
But yes, you disembark, And as the world begins to rush by,
Mhm.
who would like to roll me some percentiles?
You did it last time. I can't remember.
We could just go in order on the screen. How about Ethan this time, and then Steph, and then
Okay.
Maywood, and then me?
Percentile. Yeah.
Your
That's
order is
28.
different.
Oh, that's weird. I'm on the Twitch order.
Mhm.
Oh yeah, if you're looking at Zoom, it's different.
Hmm.
Oh, yeah.
28, Mitch.
Yeah.
Yes, 28. The airship immediately explodes.
Yeah,
Ah!
happens.
All right, campaign 3, let's go.
Woo! It's fine.
I'm
Lindsay sent
ready.
me her character like this morning, so she's all good to go.
Oh my gosh.
I wish I was joking, but she did send it. So,
I like to be prepared.
absolutely, I love it. As you kind of start off the journey, and you're maneuvering through kind of the peaks of the mountain at this edge of the Sleeping Gardens, one of the last things you see at the very edges of what is Bimbledook is what appears to be a somewhat poorly made scaffold. You can see there is what appears to be a gnome has climbed to the top of this scaffold at the edge of a mountain. Can everyone give me a quick perception check?
Yeah. I'm rolling great today. 6.
14.
2, and then I'm going to do Rip, but even if Rip sees anything, he's not going to say anything, so it's fine.
Okay.
I just want to know.
So
No.
you all watch as this gnome just jumps off the edge of the mountain. Warden, you can see the moments immediately leading up to this jump. The gnome seems to be unfolding from a backpack a very homemade looking device with this very large wide wingspan and a handlebar that he's kind of pulling down in front of himself, and you watch as he just takes this running start and jumps and just falls over the edge of this mountain, disappearing
That's
into the clouds.
Rough for this guy.
Oof.
He had 50 years to fix this issue.
The last you saw was just gnome into clouds,
Eesh.
as the airship starts to pick up speed. Is there anything anyone would like to do in the sort of like first half of the day on the airship?
Yes. Linger is going to pull out the clean, so not rotting, displacer pelts and get to stabilizing the magic as part of the crafting.
Okay.
So just ticking away at that box.
I'd like to make bath bombs.
Roll me a
And
D20.
lotions.
And lotions, yes. Who? Roll a what?
Mira, roll a d20.
Ooh. Come on, Mira. Do some good rolling today, please.
You got this.
I got this.
Ooh. That's as
You
good as
got
you do.
this.
Damn. The first foray into lotions goes fantastically.
Oh yeah.
Your hands have never felt smoother. Your face has never felt more clear. You guys kind of look over. Amira is just surrounded by several perfect bath bombs and already filling her second tub of lotion.
Everything is perfect.
Because you've had Linger's help. No, I'm joking.
Yeah, truly.
It's Mura's success. She's allowed it, but
No, it's our success. We're not capitalists here.
Our
This is
success.
no comment.
Oh, success.
But yeah,
Like
chest
Klinger would just
reward.
make the base, so the rest of it is all
That's also
Mira.
That's fair. And there
Yeah.
are a number of failed batches where the consistency is like wet sand or just water.
I throw that at the gnome. No, I'm just-
Why is it gritty?
I don't know. I didn't put anything gritty in here.
It's just
We should-
somehow congealing.
That we should destroy that right now.
Yeah, we should. I'm okay. I throw it off the
I'm
edge. Oh,
Positive that will become an ooze later. Oh, there it goes.
Rip is
That's fine.
granting it a semblance of life.
bye, ooze.
A mockery
you-
of what one would call life.
Bye. She waves. Bye. Bye, buddy. Hope you find your dad. Still in Christmas mode.
Are Chester and Warden doing anything?
I think Chester, I don't know if I ever let you know this or not, but as soon as I'm aboard an airship, the sort of thrum and the rocking makes me immediately exhausted. I'm going to bed. See you tomorrow. Good night.
Good night, Chester.
Understandable.
Fair enough.
Yeah. Warden probably just kind of standing watch, I guess. Stoically looking dramatically off into the
There's a
distance.
new
You know.
figurehead on the ship. It's Warden.
Like it.
Okay. Can everyone give me a quick perception check, please?
God, you need it today.
Wow, I wish I would have saved that natural 20 for this.
17. The very last one.
13.
9.
So Chester, as you're
No, that's Rip. That's completely Rip. So it's totally up to Boss Man as to what that.
kind of as Chester's heading off, and Mura, as you're finishing up your second tub of lotion, Linger,
Lotion.
you can feel a slight tugging on your hair and poking as Rip's pointing off in the distance. And those of you who are alerted to it are able to see just over the starboard side of the airship, and you can hear faintly drifting towards you, "Help!" as you can see drifting along the air currents on this interestingly homemade looking glider, a small gnome who appears to have figured out how to get up and glide, but not quite how to get down again.
Oh,
What would
Oh,
you
he's
guys
alright.
like to do? At the moment, he's sort of about 60 feet away from the ship, just kind of being pushed around by air currents.
Right. How far away? How many
60
feet?
feet.
60.
wow. It's a good thing you have that whip, huh?
Yeah, I knew what I was going for. All right.
I know you.
Ah, your whip's only 10
Uh,
foot.
Yeah, it's only 10 foot though. That's
My mage hand is 60 foot, and it's now stronger, so I can maybe aid to get him close enough to whip.
Captain. We have a man overboard, I guess. Technically speaking.
He kind of peers up over the wheel, and I had noticed and was just sort of wondering how we were. I mean, if it was up to me, I don't want to be that guy, but sort of, I have a job to do, so I was just gonna kind of keep going. But if you want to help him, I'm happy to help.
Yes. If you could just pull us closer, I think that we should help him. I guess.
as he's now flipped upside down and is just being blasted around by the wind. And he, very well, and starts spinning the wheel. You feel the ship bank and start to maneuver in towards the gnome. If you want to attempt with the mage hand, you absolutely can.
Did this happen after I was asleep, though?
It's as you were
Yeah.
heading off below deck. So it's kind of like, the way I'm picturing it is you kind of have like a foot or two down the stairs, you hear it and just turn and can see this gnome.
That's a tough call then, because he's pretty sleepy. All right, I'm gonna say odds he goes back downstairs. Evens. Odds stairs, evens helps. All right, he starts heading. Pretends he doesn't hear it and starts.
This is above Chester's pay grade.
Mm-hmm.
The gnome is gonna die.
Um,
Chester just goes downstairs.
As
He's half asleep.
as the bee
makes sense.
banks and swings in closer, he I don't want to alarm you, but if I bring it sort of anywhere closer than about 20 feet, there is a risk that the wings could tear him to shreds.
Ooh, that is a problem.
Is it closer than 60 feet or
20.
Closer than 10.
closer than 10 feet?
20.
No,
Okay.
20. Sorry,
20,
I
okay.
said 10.
Stop
I'm
saying stuff if you're not the DM.
I-
Jeez.
Oh.
Look, the issue here is getting body parts out of the wings is a massive pain.
Okay. Look at
Alright,
this.
that's the issue
I
Yeah.
have maybe. Mira's like, first of all, Chester went to sleep. Get it? He's very sleepy. Okay, second of all, we could wake him up, but I also have this feather token. I could cast a spell, get on this guy. I could Misty Step onto this man, and then feather us, and we at least have like a little bit more time. Maybe we could like, the ship could lower. We could drift onto the ship.
Bimbledook drift. I love that one.
Yeah.
No.
You can certainly try if you want. I'm just processing
Oh,
it
Lord.
slowly in my head.
Right, so I would Misty Step onto him.
Yeah,
and
and then
while
Featherfall
act-
as Uh,
and then the ship would lower to the
Fan-
point where we could.
Fan just calls out from the wheel. Avir did say I would either love or despise you all. At the
So
moment,
which
you're
is
very
it?
intriguing.
Okay. Vera like takes off all of her like bags in case she dies.
Linger will hold the bags. That's how Linger is helping. She's gonna hold Mira's stuff because Lindsay's played this level once already, so she's gonna watch.
How did it work last time?
I can't tell you.
Let me read this feather. Oh, it just says feather token, feather fall, 1d4 piercing. Why is it under weapon?
Why is it under weapon? Did you add it yourself? Because if so, that might
There's
be why.
no way.
Let's have a look at Mira's sheet.
There's no way I added
Yeah,
this
that's
myself.
definitely been added in as a quick custom item.
Oh, it was probably me then, because I don't go in and edit the details if I know what it is. I'm just like, there's the name. Okay.
It is a feather token. Let me grab that for you.
I'm
Was I lazy?
Flavor, yeah.
It's just the one with the immediate feather fall it casts on you.
Yeah.
Oh wait.
So
this
really,
one is-
what it should happen is you just need to we need a mage hand to just take the coin up. And then once it's on him, as soon as he starts
Oh,
falling,
wait.
it activates, and then he falls. With the
Suddenly, I remember that I have floating disc.
Oh yeah.
Like once again. Okay. New. Oh, where the fuck is my disc? Oh lord.
Also, Linger mostly has damaging spells, so there's not a lot of helpful use. She can kill him if you want him dead. That's how she can help him.
Not
It
yet.
says that it only
She could
floats...
free him from his mortal coil. That is.
It says that the disc only floats 3 feet above. Why do I even have this? It says I can't. It says it's a wizard spell, but I was allowed to select it for some reason.
I don't know, man.
Oh well. I have it now. It's only okay. That doesn't work.
It doesn't have to make sense. It's Mura.
Okay. What if I disguise self? Something happened to my sheet.
Where is that one going? I want to know where
Do
that.
don't
neither of the
know.
two of you have
No.
Mage Hand? Is it just
What-
Chester that has Mage
It's
Hand?
just Chester.
Hold on.
I also have.
I
I've
see.
just seen. I have a grappling hook. I have lots of options for this.
Oh yeah, you stocked up for the mountain.
Where will you go wake up Chester? I think he's the only person that can help.
Yeah. Yeah, Chester. Yeah, he's gonna go wake up Chester.
Mitch, I feel like something is wrong with my sheet. I
Why?
have bless. I don't know why.
Yeah, you definitely should not have Bless. You're
Oh,
Wow, that's.
How have you ended up with Bless?
I don't know. I did not add that.
you've been blessed. Oh, what time is it? Are we there yet?
They're not
Sign
even
help.
selected, so they've been added by something.
Do you have character options only checked mark when you
I
go to
don't-
spells?
No, because
I
she
don't-
hasn't picked them. I can't see them selected in her selected list, so
No,
they've been added
I
by
know.
something.
It only
This is-
lets.
There's not a
Well,
magic item that adds spells.
Oh, I got
Maybe?
floating disc from.
Maybe.
Yeah, I have character options only selected.
Okay.
So floating
There you
disc
go.
was in there, even though it says wizard
Let's see.
only. That's a
Maybe it's your subclass gives it. Sometimes that happens.
maybe my subclass does give it.
Surely not. Is it your
Oh,
Book of
surely.
Ancient
Okay.
Secrets?
I
Or is
guess
that
I
just
have-
Oh, I got it
countries?
from my book of ancient secrets.
Oh, it is.
Pact of
It
the
is the
Time.
first level.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, that makes
two,
sense.
yeah,
Bitch,
two
I'm
first level spells,
stupid.
but they have to have had the ritual tag. So maybe you just didn't pick spells that have the ritual.
Does it not?
Bless doesn't.
Not blessed.
I don't know why. Okay, let me look at.
Floating disc definitely does, I think.
Let me look into this really quickly, and we will continue the role play. And
Yeah.
if my sheet is,
I'm
fucked up, I
I'm
will-
assuming it's from the Pact of the Tome, and you took Bless and Floating Disc.
I think that's why I asked you what level we were, because I was like, did we level recently? And also, why does my sheet look like this? I feel like, I'm sorry, a lot of things have happened between now and last session.
Yeah, so
yes.
Chester rouses himself, takes his time, gets dressed, takes his pajamas off, puts his suit on. All right, so what's going on? There's a flying gnome. Have you been drinking again, Warden?
Not recently, no.
Okay, all right. And then he'll head up on deck, presumably hear and see the flying gnome. We'll be with you in a moment, flying gnome. And he'll take out his grappling hook and rope, tie them together, and then use his mage hand to send them towards. Grab a hold of this and we'll reel you in.
Perfect.
Okay, you floated out towards him. I will say, give me a little Arcana check, just because you are fighting some speed here.
So 16.
16. Yeah. There's a few moments where it's kind of buffeted backwards and forwards by wind, by speed, but eventually you do manage to drift the rope over to the gnome, who reaches out and grabs hold.
Hey.
Still
Alright,
with
so everyone-
one hand on the glider.
Everyone, grab a hold of this, the rope here. Let's pull them in.
Is everyone joining in?
Yes.
Excellent. Everyone give me...
You got the jackets, I see.
Yeah. She'll wrap her tail around the very end of it and like,
All right, Linga, you're the anchor then at the very end. That's the most important position. So
mhm.
Can
that's
everyone give
tug of
me
war.
a strength check, please?
All of us?
Uh-huh.
Mhm.
Group strength check.
Oh god.
13.
Yeah.
Finally, a check that's not for Linga.
3. All right.
Three.
I'd scroll all the way up. No, I don't
We'll
want to
do
change
rep
this
just
one.
for fun.
Oh, 11.
Nice. A 0 and a 6 from Team Death over here.
Linga's busy. She's doing other things.
Yeah.
I know what it was.
What?
I'm pretty sure it's from my feet that I took.
Ah.
It was
Um,
okay.
It's hard going. You you start pulling the gnome in. There's a lot of resistance, mostly because he's currently still holding onto the glider as well, looking very reluctant to let it go. You have pulled him, however, and he is only about 15 feet away from the deck, but it's getting very hard to pull him the rest of the way with all of the resistance pushing back against the glider.
Excuse me, I would suggest you let go of that their thing. It's making it very difficult to, save your life.
I've spent 5 years building this. I don't want to let go. Give me a
Let
persuasion
go.
check.
No. Sir, you must let go.
All right. Let's see. 20.
There's a
Never let
moment.
go, Jack.
Never let go.
There's a moment as he kind of looks at you guys, looks at the glider, and then there's a strong kind of gust of wind that drifts him dangerously close to the wings before you guys manage to pull him back out again. You watch as he just takes a deep breath, lets out a long, very dejected sigh, and lets go of the glider, which is immediately just ripped back into the air.
You'll be able to build another one,
I
I'm
was gonna try to
sure.
make
Back
a
in.
grab for it with mage hand, but yeah, that seems unlikely. Yeah. Okay.
But you are able to reel him onto the deck of the ship, and he just hits the deck on all fours, and just... My glider!
There. I'm going back to bed.
Thanks.
Thank you, Jester.
Bye.
You hear a snore before he's on the first step down.
Wow, thank you for food. Can you close my door? Thanks.
I just realised I've been coming out in mono this time. Now you
Oh.
have Mitch
Well, at least
in
you're coming
full
out.
stereo sound.
Whoa.
Oh, that actually, I did hear that.
Full stereo surround sound.
Oh, I do hear
Mhm.
that. Wow.
But yes, as the gnome lands on the deck, shall we go ahead and take a little break?
That would be so great.
That
think
would
so.
be wonderful.
Yeah.
Cool. We will see everyone back here in 10 minutes then.
Cool.
Bye.
Are we on break?
if you're
Thanks,
still here.
Dingo Brody.
And we're back. Yes, thank you, Dingo Brody X. Dingo Brody X. That's a very classic Call of Duty username right there.
Very
Oh.
like
A dingo did not eat my Brody because he is here and he is followed.
That takes me back to the good old days of Call of Duty lobbies.
Wow.
With 12-year-olds screaming racial slurs at each other. Anyway,
Times.
Not
It was-
that we're saying that that's what Dingo Brody did.
no.
No, no.
That
What I'm
brings me
saying
back
is
to, like,
old Call of Duty
Zynga.
lobbies were a fetid wasteland.
I like
but a
when
great
people
place
join
to
the
learn new
official- People join the official D&D Discord and think that there's gonna like a gaming lobby. They're like, when do I join? How do I get? When's the next one start? We're like, that's not what this is.
When do I play with
Sir-
Jeremy Crawford?
Sir, this is just a 5e like fan thing.
Yeah.
Not a fan. Won't play 5e or Pathfinder. Why are you
Also-
here?
Also, like the ones that are like, is Matt Mercer here?
Yeah.
Yeah, he is here. Let me give you his his
Here, let me
fucking
tag.
Discord.
Let me tag him real fast for you.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm getting harassed.
All right.
yes.
Anyway,
Um,
let's play some D&D.
Gnome retrieved, Chester
Uh-huh.
sleepened. Is there anything you guys would
Sleeping.
like to do as the gnome is recatching his breath?
Well, that was a close call.
There's a loud and totally not at all sarcastic laugh from Fan behind the wheel. As one like, oh, that was close. Just the ha! Watching a gnome nearly die.
Did I say
The
something?
gnome... You what?
Did I say something funny?
Fan just... No, just the scenario. As the gnome looks up at Warden with his big round sparkly eyes and... Thank you.
Don't look at me like that.
Like it makes me uncomfortable.
But you saved me.
Why are your eyes so watery? Stop it.
I owe a life debt to you now. I will
Really?
follow you to the ends of the earth.
You don't want to do that.
No, he just
I've been alive for a really long time, so a life debt is. Oof, I can't imagine.
he just kind of puts his head in his hands and it took so long to build the first one.
How long?
Uh,
How long?
5 years, give or take.
Oh, it's not that long. You're a gnome. You live for like 400. You're fine. That's nothing. You're good. Someone toss this guy off the shit. No, I'm joking.
Wow.
He'll be fine. He can swim.
He can swim. He can swim.
Just keep your body straight as you hit the water and then you won't shatter on impact.
If
Yeah.
you just swan dive right into the water, it'll be fine. You won't break the surface tension or anything, and you won't break any bones. I think that Mira knows what surface tension is absolutely hilarious. Ugh. Say
I don't
hello,
know, man. She's all
Pandora.
watery. Maybe she does.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe she does. Maybe she
Water
does.
master.
This is my dog, Biscuit Basket. Say hello, Biscuit.
We love you, Biscuit Basket.
Oh, Panda, you have a fan club. Oh, okay.
He
That's
just
enough
kind
of
of slumps up against the railing at the side of the ship,
Shut
hugs his knees a little bit.
It's okay, my guy. There you go. Mira saying my guy. It's okay. I'm sure that we can help you find things to make. Why are you trying to fly? I'm listening. I just have to let my dog out.
Well, it's. I mean, it sort of started as an experiment for if I could, more than anything. The flying without magic or an airship is quite interesting.
Well,
And my wife was assisting on the project for a short time. It was sort of
Aw.
a joint venture.
that's really cute. Oh no,
It
are you
was.
gonna tell me she's dead? Are you about to say she's dead?
Well, the third prototype wasn't quite finished.
She's dead?
She was last time I checked.
When was the last time you checked?
About 3 years ago.
I mean, it's a valid question.
Just have to be sure, but yes, sorry for your loss. Terribly sorry.
You can't hear him in the background, but Jay heard me like squall, like witch laugh, and was like, "Shh." The downside of living in a small house. Oh, why did she insist on flying the third prototype, or did you ask her to?
She insisted.
Okay, good, because this will color my opinion of you permanently.
I mean, I didn't have to push her off, but you know. I could have at least
Choices-
let her get in the glider first.
Jay just said, "Oh my fucking god!" in the back.
Oh, goodness.
No, she insisted.
Well, I'm so sorry for your loss. 3 years ago, you said? 2 years? I'm sorry.
3.
3. Oof. It takes you a year to make a prototype?
That one.
Oh, buddy. You're okay. These dogs are really into demand barking right now. Right. Someone else. Hold on. Let me handle this. Someone.
Yeah, the other two charismatic people. You talk to him.
Who are they?
Right.
We was like, yeah, you talk to him. Warden and Linger just look at each other.
Well,
It's a
I'm
little
sure
awkward.
she loved you a lot to do such a thing.
You want to join her? I don't know, man. Like, what do you say to comfort people?
Damn, bro, that really sucks. Sorry that happened to you.
I'm sure she won't rise from the depths to seek vengeance. Pat, 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 pat.
Do you actually pat or just say that?
She says it.
Sorry, I had to find my notebook. It's I don't know if you're familiar, Mr. Gnome, with cinnamon. Oh wait, did Linger say something that wasn't good? Uncouth.
Yes.
Oh, no. Pat, 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 pat.
Oh, she pats him and says pat pat at
No,
the same
just
time.
says it.
No.
She just said it
Oh.
and said, I'm sure your wife won't rise from the depths and seek vengeance. Or something to
Mira
that
comes-
effect.
Yeah.
Mira comes back with a cinnamon roll notebook and is like, sorry, I had to. Okay. Right.
Linger and Rip are just going to turn and walk to anywhere else on Bumblebee.
While they're doing that, Mira will walk with them and be like, Linger, I think you're doing a great job with learning how to interact with people. However, I do think that sometimes, like, you have to cut the sentence off early. And I know pot meat kettle, right? Like, I am so bad.
So I should have stopped at "I'm sure your wife won't rise from the depths" and left off the vengeance bit.
You should have stopped with Pat Pat.
That was at the end of
Oh
everything.
no, then you should have just started with Pat Pat and ended there. Mm-hmm. And then just say something like, "I'm sorry for your loss," instead of like, I get where you're coming from, right? Like, and I someone like me would appreciate that. Like, "Oh, Mira, I'm sure that your family won't rise from the dead and seek vengeance upon the people who killed them." I'd be like, "Wow, Linger, thank you. I really appreciate that." But like,
It would be a good thing,
right,
and you could rest in comfort knowing that they will not rise.
100%. Then I don't have
With their
to deal
souls
with-
tortured for eons while they seek vengeance. That won't be that should be comforting.
It's to me very comforting. To a lot of people, kind of anxiety inducing. Because now it's something that they have never thought would happen that they think could
they
happen.
should though, because it could. It's not uncommon.
So I'll have to say that I'm going to use a phrase that things have been used on me a lot. Sometimes ignorance is bliss.
You do seem very happy.
I am, and I'm very ignorant. So in this case,
I think the real lesson here is don't leave me with people who are mourning.
I had to get my cinnamon roll notebook, so you know.
I think the lesson here is don't leave me with people.
Period.
Yeah, just don't.
I think the lesson here is don't.
I require Chester for all interactions.
I think you're doing the best that you can, and that's all we can ask. But sometimes,
sometimes.
My mom always used to say, "You can't say anything nice. Don't say anything at all." And I realized what you were saying is nice, but also it scares people sometimes because people have messed up brains.
I
Not all
will
people
take
think
this
like you.
into consideration.
All right,
And
that's
no,
all
they
I can
don't.
ask. No, nobody thinks like Linger, am I right? I'm right. Okay, she's gonna go back to the gnome. Good job. You did your. Love you, mean it. I think I killed Lindsay. She just disappeared into the ether. Oh, there she is. Okay, Linger goes back to the gnome. Is the gnome okay? I mean, Mira, who am I? I don't know. Mira goes back to the gnome. Is the gnome okay?
I mean, he's shaken up,
Right.
but he's
Hi.
okay.
Let's start over. Hi, I'm Mira. Sorry about your dead
Hello.
wife.
Let's start over. Sorry about your dead wife.
Yeah.
He
And
just
you are?
looks very cautiously up at Mira. He has no idea what's going on.
Okay.
Um,
Can I tell that he has no idea what's going on? Because I will explain to him.
yes, as he
Okay,
says, my name's Gavin.
Gavin. Great name. Great
With a Y.
name. Gavyn?
Yes. It makes it more fantasy setting appropriate.
Did you do that or did your parents?
My parents.
Oh, okay. That makes sense. That's fine then. Because like if you did it after the fact, like
The same ones that gave me the last name Deddlegiddle.
sorry, bless you, what? Deddlegiddle?
Deddlegiddle.
Deddlegiddle. What does that It's a gnomish thing, I'm gonna assume.
Yeah, it's a gnomish thing.
So, Mr. Deddlegiddle. Gavin, if I may. Where were you headed in your wing your glider?
I wasn't really intending to head anywhere. The intention was to sort of glide off the Bimbledook mountain, glide a bit safely, and then turn and return. I sort of got caught up in the air currents, and I've been thrown around for the past half a day.
Right.
Oh, okay. Well, unfortunately for you.
There is nothing left in me to throw up.
Oh. That's so much information. Anyway,
Says
like
Mira.
yes, says Mira. Well, unfortunately for you, we're headed to the Silent Isle. There's only one. She looks toward and thumbs up
Oh,
to make sure. Silent Isle.
Gordon just shrugs like, okay.
Right? Okay, there's only one. I feel like I'm killing Mitch with this
Can this
entire
not
interaction.
become the thing, like the one thing you guys remember about this campaign? We're gonna get to like campaign 6, still in Eroth, and you guys are gonna go, oh, let's head to the Silent Isle. I hear there's only one of them.
Well, now that you said it, we're definitely gonna do that.
Yeah, you kind of scraped yourself there, buddy.
Lindsay's
Yeah,
setting a
man.
reminder for.
for every year.
Hey, don't call me out like that.
Oh Lord.
You would, just to annoy me.
I did.
Oh
Damn
man.
it.
All right, so we're heading to the Silent Isle, just one. Just one. And
I made this
we're-
world, I can unmake it.
That's fine. I'll endure. I'm Mira. Little did you guys know that this is actually just a fever dream Mira's having in a mental hospital, and then she'll like look over at the snow globe and shake it, and that's Aeroth. I think that was
That's
a
the
Saint
start of the
almost.
Call of Cthulhu campaign.
There was a Buffy episode like that too.
That's a Saint Almost Fire reference. Like, wait. I wasn't even bored when that came out. Jesus. Anyway, my dog's back in here. I'm just getting harassed. All right. Fuck. Unfortunately for you, we're headed to the Silent Isle, so you're just here's the thing. I can either give you this feather token and you can yeet yourself off of this boat and follow slowly, and then hopefully you'll get back to Bimbledook, or you can just come with us to the Silent
Here's the thing, you can
Isle.
parachute down into the middle of the sea. Or you can...
Oh! Mira looks over the side. You can fall into the ocean, or you can come with us. And maybe Warden can help you. He's handy. And Chester has cartography tools, which I'm sure help with something. It's such a big word, I can't remember what they do. But yeah, I think we could help you. Maybe we could make your proto glider a little better in exchange for saving. Wait a minute. Hold on. Wait. Shouldn't you be giving? Oh, maybe we can help you, and you could help us. I don't know. We just saved you because you were dying. God, that would have been sad.
Well, the glider's sort of gone now.
Oh, did we? Mira looks around. Did we not bring it with us? I mean, did it not come back on the ship?
No, he had to let go of it to grab proper hold of the rope.
Rip.
Well,
Rip looks over like, what?
Oh no, I use that terminology like rip, like as in, oh no, it would like, if Rip was here, he probably would have destroyed it. Rip.
Rip nods.
Mhm.
Tracks.
I thought so. I know you so well, buddy. One eldritch being to another. Anyway. Maybe you could like draw a sketch of your plans or something, and then we could help you at some point.
I could probably try and recall the plans. I mean, most of my plans are still back home in Bimbledook, so...
Oh.
But I could, I suppose, try and draw something up. And he turns around to where Fan is just chuckling to himself and staring down at all of this unfolding. And he... if I'm allowed to stay on the ship, I can work. I could do repairs. And Fan just shrugs.
Yeah. I mean, that sounds good. I mean, oh wait, I don't own this ship. Yeah, I mean, what do you think, Fan?
We do have a couple of spare hammocks going. And if he can work, fuck it.
There you go.
Chester below is taking up like 5 hammocks, just like on one per limb. He's like in a spider's nest down there at this point.
Love it.
All right. Well, then that all sounds pretty good to me.
Okay. Well then, as the latter part of the day continues onwards, who would like to roll me some percentiles?
That's Steph.
Okay. I just realized I have one less warlock spell than I should, so I'm gonna have to fix that in a second.
Roll a 63 and we can have another gnome.
I rolled a 91.
Ooh.
Baby.
Oh, that's high.
Ew.
That might mean something. I don't know.
Is it?
What did I do?
Who wants to roll a d4?
I guess we're to Maywood now.
Yeah, is that okay?
I guess. I don't know.
I gotta check the feed versus the. All right, D4. 3.
3. Okay.
3 ancient red dragons.
The majority of the afternoon passes by quite uneventfully. And
Yes.
as you are watching the sun setting over the railings of the ship, can everyone give me a perception check?
Yes.
I guess probably not me though, right?
Yeah, no, Chester's asleep.
You're snooze. You're honk
Uh-huh.
shoeing.
He is snoozing, therefore he's losing.
Oh, 20 baby.
Nothing over here in Lingerland.
Tien.
See, oh, my eyes are wide to the world.
Mira,
Hi.
as you're looking off in the direction of the sunset, there is a number of almost like flashes and glints of light. And as you kind of focus in on it, you can see heading almost kind of on like an intercepting path with the airship. At first, it seems to be like 3 small orbs of light. But as they get closer, you can see it is 3 small creatures with fairly fast flapping wings, golden skin, or possibly even fur. And it looks like a trio of flying elephants, but very small.
Wow. I call out to them, hi, flying elephants! And I wave.
Hearing
also
this, then, would all 3 of you like to give me an Arcana check? It was about to be just Mira, but
Sure.
Linga would hear the call of high flying elephants and go, what?
26.
Oh, so
There you
actually,
go.
I did a good thing, because I'm gonna get also
Wooden
a 0.
and
Oh,
Mura
wow.
with the 1 minus 1.
Don't forget to take a point of inspiration.
Yeah,
Yeah,
which you can
yeah,
add to your total because we're using some new inspiration rules. But yes, Linga,
Oh,
whose
yeah, I had one of
head
those earlier.
violently snaps around at the sound of high flying elephants, knows that generally there's a very, very small handful of things this could be, and hopefully, and from the sounds of the cheeriness in Mira's voice, and as you also stand up to look and see the 3 golden creatures flying your way, it's 3 Hollyphants.
Oh. What do I know about Hollyphants?
Well, with a 26, I'd say you know pretty much anything you could want to know about Hollyphants.
Okay, how about how to spell it so I can look it up?
HOLLY. And
There it
then
is.
PHANT.
They smoke
but you'd know that
pipes, they're
they're-
not very good detectives.
Yes.
All right, here we go.
You'd know they are terrible
Terrible
detectives, but
And
generally
drunks.
they are very good aligned creatures.
Yeah, little
Um,
little small angel babies.
Mhm.
Let's see. We should befriend them and keep them in our pockets.
Oh, I have totally enough pockets for these guys.
Trumpet of Sparkles. Hello.
Isn't
my
it
God.
just the most adorable?
I
Um,
want this.
But yes, as they
Yes, we should absolutely make friends with these babies.
as they draw closer and Mura calls out to them, there is a trumpeting sound from the middle one and a small shower of sparks from their trunk as they fly in close to the ship, close enough that you hear this middle Hollyphant call back out to you, Mura. Blessings of Aetalania upon you.
What? 2.
Completely cut out.
Good.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You clipped.
it was
Blessings
blessed
of it.
too.
Blessings of it. Oh God. Okay, hold on. Blessings of it. You too.
Perfect.
You would all recognize Aetalania. She
Oh, okay.
is the goddess of travel
Oh.
and journeys.
Supreme travel agent. How do you spell
Yes.
that?
Aetalania is EYT ELANIA.
Okay.
I will copy and
Okay.
paste it for you.
Travel
I'm just gonna
goddess.
actually just post my little table into the chat rather than copy the specific word because it's giving me troubles. Nope.
Got
That's the link to Twitch.
troubles. Oh Lord.
Oh, I'm having so many issues. There you go.
Well, I
That's
feel
just the
same.
whole table entry because it makes my life easier.
Aetalania. What a name.
Yes. What a name indeed. Just bear with me. 30 seconds.
Begin the countdown.
God law, here we go.
I don't care.
C D E. Yes, she is the guardian of journeys. Generally neutral good. And for those interested, her domains are life and trickery. For all the clerics among you.
You know, never hurts.
Yeah.
No.
But yes, she it's sort of like a interesting kind of counterpart. So the kind of like the chief of the good gods, Maroth, is her husband, and he generally doesn't directly interfere with mortals down below, and prefers to just sit back and watch and let things play out. And she's almost the exact opposite and makes up for his lack of interaction by almost obsessively watching over them, and takes very intense care over mortal journeys. So it's not unusual to be loved by anyone. It's not unusual that people would like give a small symbol of Aetalania to someone as like a token of good fortune if they're going to embark on the start of a journey. And it is told by her faithful clerics that she spends a lot of her time in the mortal planes, but you would never know because she often disguises herself as a giant eagle.
Ooh. Ooh.
But yes, they draw closer, and that middle one kind of draws themselves up a bit as they hover in place, puffs out their chest, and we are glorious golden messengers of Aetalania. We spread tidings and messages to those who are on their journeys. So to you we all bid good fortune. And the other two...
Confetti?
I'm sorry, what?
Confetti? Is there confetti?
It's Shower of Sparks again.
Yay!
And they...
I don't know why I'm clipping so hard today.
Where is it that you are journeying to on this most glorious of days?
We're headed to the Silent Isle.
I hear there's only one of those.
There is! That's what I found out recently. You played into it, bitch.
I know.
Yeah, you do it yourself.
I couldn't stop myself. That was the
You've
issue.
you've done this to yourself.
No, Anakin, you've done that yourself.
Yes, thank you. Ay, ay.
Yes, they and are any of Aetalania's faithful perhaps on board this ship?
Mira looks at everyone, unsure of their faith. Hey, Fan. Hey, Fan. Fan.
Yes.
It's any of Aetalania's faithful on this ship?
Oh, almost certainly. Aetalania sends her regards.
Most certainly.
Yes, I have often offered up a prayer to the Guardian of Journeys before making one of my daring and dangerous runs.
Yeah. Okay, Fan YOLO. Yes, definitely. Some of this one. She points to him.
This guy.
One of the Hollyphants hovers over to Fan and blessings of Aetalania upon you,
Oh
and
my
showers
gosh.
him in sparks. And he chuckles and thank you.
That's so fucking cute. I think I
Yes.
used that word right.
Who taught you that word?
You did, Dad.
The three kind of rejoin together, and they sort of look around you all, and we must take our leave. The missives of our mistress take us to the Sunset Archipelago.
What are you doing there?
We have messages from our queen to deliver.
Oh, well, good luck. Be safe.
Thank you. And you too.
Thanks.
And the the one in the middle turns to the other two and, very well, to Boogledoon! And they
Dude.
turn and fly away.
Wow. Those things are so cute. Huh?
Little doll babies.
They're so cute. You think we could get one? Think we could like adopt it? Is there like a Holophant shelter maybe?
Maybe there's some that don't particularly enjoy travel that have broken away.
Oh,
and
yeah.
just-
I would
Make it.
also
You want
probably
oath?
say Linga would know they're not all in service to Aetalania, but those three certainly.
yes.
I want to pet, yeah. I want to name it Pebble, like Mitch's brother's dog.
Well, they're sentient, so it's more
A friend.
a friend. Yes, they
Rip
probably already
nods
have their own name.
enthusiastically.
Yes. We know.
But yeah, as they head off into the distance, it is now drawing to evening
Yeah.
and to nighttime. If you guys would like to retire to your hammocks.
Sure.
Absolutely.
I do want to say that I find the artwork for the Hollyphant a little lacking.
Yes,
It could be
it's
better.
terrifying compared to what they're supposed to be.
Well, if only Hasbro didn't fire all of the artists from Wizards of the Coast. I say Hasbro because
Yep.
that's the parent company, and everybody needs to remember that.
Yes.
It's their fault.
Bastards.
Right? The worst.
These guys suck.
Is there
Yeah, that
anything you
one's-
guys
that
would
one's-
like to
Oh,
do?
he looks kind of
Oh
drugged.
god. Not him.
There, I think I found. How about?
That's the Baldur's
Oh,
Gate
no.
3 one.
I don't
Um,
like that.
when
Let's
we
try.
when we did Descent into Avernus the first time and we met Lulu, the Hollyphant,
Spoilers.
the artwork that we used was a My Little Pony version of a Hollyphant.
That's what they should look like.
That
Ooh,
is
it's like a
exactly
mammoth.
what they should look like. Yeah, even that is a lot cuter than the
Yeah.
terrifying
That's
thing.
So cute.
There's a little baby.
But yes, is there anything anyone wants to do in the evening before heading to bed, or are you just heading straight to bed?
I'm just
Yeah, just working on those cloaks and
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
you know doing that. Then sitting beside Mira's hammock and I don't know, petting her head or whatever the heck it is these two weirdos do when one of them sleeps. I
She
don't
just
know.
says pat pat.
Yeah, it's like a lullaby but very flat. And it's just pat 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 pat.
Okay. You all head to sleep then. Unfortunately, the hammock mimics eat you in your sleep. TPK.
Yeah. Had to happen to somebody.
Actually, I don't technically sleep, and I'm always.
That's true.
I have the alert feed as well.
And I'm not in a hammock.
Hmm.
I've been dead for hours.
In real life, or
Yeah.
My god, both.
too early a start for him?
Oh man.
Okay, cool. You all head to sleep. And in that case, when you wake up the following morning,
Mm-hmm.
I suppose it is Lindsay's turn to roll the percentiles.
I suppose it could be.
Given that we used Maywood to roll the d4 for the number of Hollyphants.
70 on the nose.
Well, actually, it was on the dice. You don't roll a nose.
You don't know what I do.
You don't know me.
You don't know me.
I do what I want.
Don't do it, tell me.
The morning passes somewhat uneventfully. Is there anything you guys want to do during the morning?
Hit
Cook
long rest.
a big breakfast for everyone.
Damn, Lingo, where'd you get all this Hollyphant meat from?
Yeah, I was gonna say
No.
he doesn't normally cook, so you know what it is. Who knows?
Linger, that kills people.
Carl!
Oh my gosh.
That's a throwback,
Um,
fucking hell.
Mira is interested in what Linger's
Where are his
cooking.
hands? Mira's interested in what, sorry?
what Linger is cooking. She's like, you never cook. What are you cooking? Are you cooking up a pot of revenge?
Ah!
It's K.
It's just her alchemy stuff, and she's like trying to replicate good berries, but alchemically. Mm-hmm.
That's interesting.
Mm-hmm.
That is interesting. If that is what you are trying to do,
Yeah, it is now.
you are proficient with alchemy, aren't you?
I am. It's a PDF that I opened
Why don't
once,
you,
so you know.
Why don't you go on ahead and roll a d20 and add your proficiency bonus?
Maybe
Can
I'll do that thing.
Can I give her guidance?
Sure.
I give you
All
guidance.
right, let me add that.
Mira
I'm not
taking
a
every
cleric.
cantrip in existence.
Yeah, I was like, why do I? That's why I was like, what level are we? Because I have 500 cantrips and I don't know what happened.
I'm almost certain
It's-
it's from the tome because I
it's
think you said
definitely
I'm
from
gonna
the
go cleric from the tome and take cleric spells.
Yeah, I was I'm gonna do cleric things with the tome.
17.
17.
That does sound like me.
You managed to cook up a batch of 6
Ooh.
good berries. Alchemical good
Oh.
berries, so they are slightly different.
Alchemical good. Yeah, let's.
They are okay berries.
Yeah,
Just okay, bears.
they
They're
taste
not
like
bad
gushers.
Do they really? They're
Yeah.
because they're artificial.
Wait, wait, does Mira share Steph's allergy? Because if so, a single good berry might kill her.
She does not. I gave another one of my characters. I gave my drow
Although
the
they are
berry
artificial.
allergy.
Oh no.
I don't know.
It's like tofu, they're just fake good berries.
People ask
Yeah.
me all the time. They're like, "So you're allergic to berries? Does that mean like you're allergic to artificial berry flavoring?" And I'm like, "I don't know, but if you'd like to foot the medical bill, if I have an
try.
anaphylactic reaction, I'll be more than happy to try it for you." And they're like, "Oh," hi." I'm like, "I'm not joking, bitch."
It's okay, just do it in England and then you can do it on the NHS.
Yeah.
Not if I'm visiting.
Yeah, that's true. Is there anything else anyone's doing in the morning then, whilst Linger's cooking up her linger berries?
Linger
Dingleberries, am I right?
Yeah, let's
Yeah.
not call them that.
I like
What's
lingerberries.
wrong with
Let's stick-
lingleberries?
Let's stick with lingerberry.
Lingleberries is kind of great. Yeah, I'll have regular breakfast, regular people breakfast.
Regular human
What about second
breakfast.
Yeah, we can do second breakfast too.
Oh, and also because they take a full action to eat a regular good berry, I always imagine they're at least plum sized. So
Oh, yeah.
these faux berries, these big jelly berry things, are orange sized. So they're even bigger.
They're
Just like a big lump of boba.
Yeah.
giant
Yeah.
gusher.
Yeah. It's like
Wow, this is the
full-
biggest gusher I've ever fucking seen in my
These aren't part of a
That's
balanced
not-
breakfast. This is the balanced breakfast.
Yes, it's all of it. It's all you need from now on. I'll work on the flavoring later, but this should, now that I know how to make these, won't have to worry about meals for you all.
Well, you know what we could do is slice them up and use a little, what I like to call prestidigitation to make them have a different flavor.
Ooh.
There you go.
Magic on magic, you might say. For example, mine tastes like Hollyphant. Delicious.
No.
Perfect.
Anyways, did I miss anything last night?
You really are the most devious bastard.
We met some Hollyphants last night.
Oh, I mean, yeah, that's cool. That's interesting. I slept well, but also I'm still exhausted. Something about this flying makes me tired.
Do you get air sick, Chester?
I get air sleepy.
Oh, okay. That makes sense. I think.
Hmm.
Well,
Get shit flagged.
Yeah, leg.
good news is we only have a half a day left, so
Ooh, nice.
Yes.
I mean, in theory.
heroes in.
Oh my god.
I would also just like to rewind about 2 minutes because I'm still recovering from the sheer torrent of jokes and remarks that blasted through my brain the minute Steph said, "That's the biggest gusher I've ever seen in my life."
Yeah. I am also. I had to immediately reroute my brain to look
Oh,
for
sorry, I
something
didn't
else.
even read.
But yes, with this aside, with the exception of Linger's foray into lingerberries, the morning passes fairly uneventfully as the... Oh, it's taking a second to load because I'm
No map select.
on my phone hotspot.
Wait.
There we go.
Oh.
But yes, the latter part of the morning, and indeed the early afternoon, as the Silent Isle
Ooh.
begins to slide into view.
Oh.
Oh.
As you are pulling in close, you can see where there's this sort of... There is kind of like a slightly more raised, more mountainous area with kind of like a smattering of trees. You can see the tops of these trees seem to have ribbons tied around them, and you can see what appears to be a pair of elderly mages on flying brooms racing like a slalom between these ribboned trees.
A
Because that was...
slalom?
Yes.
What's a
What you-
slalom?
Like a... Do you guys not have that word?
We
No.
do.
No,
I don't
Yeah,
it.
we do.
Steph's
I
the
don't know
writer
it.
here, so I trust her.
It's like, I can't think
I
of a way
don't
to
know it.
describe it. But like,
Usually skiing related.
yeah. So, you know,
I know
if you've
nothing of skiing.
if you've ever seen those videos of someone
There you
like
go.
skiing down super quick and there's all the flags that they're passing
Oh.
between, that's a slalom.
Oh, okay. See, I didn't
Sorry.
know that at all. Not
Sorry,
even a little.
mentally, I couldn't get it out. Yeah, it's like a Winter Olympic thing.
Yep.
I mean, and
I
a
struggled
skiing-
because my brain kept shouting obstacle race, which it kind of is.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
I
that would
wasn't
have
trying to
also
be
given a
difficult,
very
I just
different...
Literally had no idea. Okay, cool. I learned something new. I hope everyone else did too.
Max didn't. Max got me.
Max is Norwegian.
Exactly.
Yeah, they're born with skis on their feet.
Yeah.
That sounds painful.
Your poor mothers.
The women are
So-
very powerful.
More powerful than you could ever know.
Can you all give me a quick perception check, please?
Absolutely.
So many perceptions.
We're
Yeah.
percepting
3.
today.
Linger has not been. Let's see. Let me get back up here.
7. Sorry if you didn't hear myself.
7.
Weird.
Cool.
No.
Let me do. Oh. And then a 17 for Rip.
So Linger, you
Yes.
can see as Rip kind of jumps off his perch on your head and is kind of leaning, kind of holding onto the railing and leaning over to look. You can see he's kind of staring down and pointing down at towards the eastern side of the Silent Isle. It's a somewhat small town from the looks of it from this distance, but there is a quite kind of large and imposing tower which kind of stretches up above the town.
Nice.
That just seems to have caught Rip's eye.
All right. Well, very quickly, we put on his little toddler harness that has the leash so that
Just in
Linger
case
can
he
hang on
falls.
to him. Yeah.
We don't want no Harambes here.
That's a reference.
That is a
Wow.
reference.
Deep hole, huh?
Deep lore.
Right?
But
Sorry,
yes.
my neighbor is outside doing something, and the dogs are absolutely losing their shit.
As
If you can
you
hear
are,
them.
I
Oh.
can't.
Oh, great.
As you are drawing over the aisles, you feel the speed of the airship start to reduce quite significantly. And Fan kind of calls out, "So, there are 2 ports we can use. Your choices are Kapame in the north, or Hapetra in the center, which Warden would know. Kapame is the pretty much only seaport that is easily accessible without having to navigate through the large multitude of sharp rocks that surround the Silent Isle that's prevented a lot of people landing there before and doing the cartographies and the colonizing. And he would...
What's not so hard about it, Mitch?
Wow.
There's a podcast I listen to called Dead Men Talking. Terrible people. And they're comedians. They had an Australian comedian on recently, and they were talking about like top sexiest accents, and they were joking about how Britain's managed to stay at the top of a top 100 sexiest accents list. And the British guys who were Northern were like, well, it's clearly because they're thinking Hugh Grant and James Bond and not Northerner.
Yeah.
And the Australian guy was like, no, it's because if you ask 100 people in Australia, we will say British because we're scared you're going to colonize us again. Half of the world is just scared that if they say no, you'll do it again.
I mean, I do think that the northern guys are right, though. They are thinking like Hugh
Absolutely.
Grant. Have you ever met a northerner before? Most of the
You're right, Pat.
You're like, what? I remember I met a northerner at a wedding I was at, and they kept talking to me, and I was like, I'm sorry. Can you look? I just don't understand. They're like, well, we can't understand you, and I was like, what?
But
Anyway,
yes, Warden would also know Hapetra is effectively the capital and most major city of the Silent Isles. Hence why it has an airship dock. It is more towards kind of the center over here. There you go. If I ping it on the map for you, and I will switch the map for you so that the people on the stream can see the Silent Isle. So we've got Kapame up in the north and Hapetra in the center. And here, it's entirely up to you which you'd prefer to dock at. If you're hoping to continue to be a bit more subtle, my personal recommendation would be, well, it sort of depends, I suppose. We can stay nice and subtle docking in the north in a reasonably small location, or you can hope to blend in the major city.
Question, if I may, Cam, before we make our decision, that is, when will we need to get back to the, I'll just go ahead and call it the mainland? Will we have you at our disposal?
It might not be me personally. No, I will be heading back, but I do understand that Urvir gave one of you a one-use sending stone so that you could request to pick up.
Yes. All right.
So, message will be relayed to him, and if I'm available, it may very well be me.
Yeah, I hope it is. You're a gentleman and a pilot. He then turns to
And
his
not a pirate.
No, of course not.
Not
Nose touch.
anymore.
That was a simple Urvirian slip.
He then turns to his companions. So, of these 2 choices we have, Warden, I assume you probably would know more than the rest of us. Which is closer to our destination, which I believe is the Wizard Tower. Tower of Power. What was it called? I believe there may be a name to it. Tower. It might not have been a name. I might be making that up.
You are looking for a person called the Tower.
mhm, the High Tower.
High Tower. Yeah, so what do you think? North or Central would be our best bet.
Did we know, Mitch? Did we have any like information on North or Central?
In terms of
Like
the
where
person you're
tower-
looking for, or the
Yeah.
tower?
Ugh.
The person you're looking for, you have no information. You just know that they are operating out of the Silent Isle.
Right. So then do we know where this tower is? Since the tower is a place and a person?
You've heard Warden talk about a high tower a few times, and you've heard talk of the tower as a person.
Right. So do we know where the high tower is?
Does Warden know where it is?
Yeah, I guess that's what I'm asking.
Well, Warden,
Well,
give me a history
Mitch.
check.
I'll give you guidance. Can I give him guidance?
Yes.
I'll give you bardic inspiration. Oh, probably don't need it.
That's a
But
that's a
if you
20.
want.
Get your guidance, my dude. Roll your d4.
From-
Alright, fine.
You kind of attempt to recall as much as you can. Similar to what had happened previously when you were trying to remember some of these things. It's almost like you're pushing through a mental block that you didn't even know you had, that's almost like it's trying to stop you remembering. But this time, you are able to break through part of this barrier. You remember when you'd first heard about the High Tower, it was a rumoured location that had been spotted in multiple locations around the Silent Isles. Silent Isle! When you went to find it, it was in the middle of kind of no man's land, effectively, in the Silent Isle. You remember it being west of your town that you had left to defend. You do remember it being west of Bellicar, I can't remember. However you want to pronounce it is how we will pronounce it. But Belyka.
Yeah, Bellica.
You remember it being west of Bellica, and north of Hapetra. But also, as you push further through this barrier, you remember talking in the brief moments where you were allowed to discuss with the tower, and he actually answered any of your questions. You remember vague allusions to the idea that the reason it's been sighted around is he seemed to be giving the impression that either he could move the tower or would regularly destroy and rebuild it somewhere else. He was never very clear as to which, and as you kind of try and push further into that, it turns to static again.
It's that spell. I forget what it's called.
I might need some time to remember.
All right, well, I'd say, yeah, perfectly all right. Then I would probably hesitate to suggest, but will suggest nonetheless, central location might be best, and then we can branch out from there. Whereas if we're in the far, far north, And if we gotta go south, it's like, oh god, we gotta go that whole way. Jeez.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Mitch would, I know if that's a good idea.
Yeah, I mean, it would certainly kind of reach you as a decent enough plan. You know that Herpetra is big enough and busy enough that, as Fan says, you could theoretically land there and attempt to just blend in with just the sheer amount of people that are there, if you are discreet enough. And then obviously from there you have access to the majority of the Silent Isle. You would, from there as well, obviously have easy access to, if you wanted to, go east and visit the site of the destroyed Bellica.
All right then, Captain. Petra would be our choice, please, sir.
Fair enough. Herpetra it is. Is there anything you guys want to do as he starts the descent into Avernus?
Are you okay, Warden? Like going back home and stuff?
I think that will be.
Okay. Well, if I'm here if you need somebody to talk to. I know it can be tough, so you're not alone.
Thank you.
Of course.
And he'll just gently like pat her head.
She'll hug him.
Ah.
You're
Chester
very
goes
close.
in.
Chester goes in for a hug. Yeah! Linger, get in here. Come on, Linger.
She steps over and allows it. It's a very, yeah. Her body temperature is a little unsettling, probably. I don't know. Up to you.
All right. We can do this together. We are Abracadabra after all.
Although Rip is all about the hugs. He's in it. He's jumping from person to person, just loving on everybody.
Rip is a little too into it.
Yeah. She has to like pick him up and like.
No, Rip, no.
I'm sorry about that.
It's okay.
He's very enthusiastic with his affections sometimes.
Ooh, buy me dinner first, Rep. Gee.
Okay.
I'll have the holly fan.
No, they're so nice.
Oh yeah, they are nice with a little butter sauce. Delicious.
Right.
Okay. Well then, with that, the ship descends and docks at Herpetra.
Right. We go forth and conquer the Silent Isles. First, we take down their matriarch, then their armies.
Revenge!
Yeah,
Let's
down
see.
with the matriarchy.
Wait a minute. Hold on, wait.
What do you mean matriarchy? It's actually we're actually a what was the word?
A horse-based society.
Yeah, let's go with that. Forget what I was gonna say.
Down with their equinarchy.
Yeah.
Hey King, why the long face?
Wow.
Nay.
That's how you get beheaded.
But do they put the head in someone's bed? That
Yes.
is the...
They absolutely do. Okay. As you
Fireball.
disembark
No.
off the Bumblebee, you can see there's kind of a number of people disembarking multiple airships,
Uh-huh.
and they are all kind of funneling through You can see there's kind of 2 guards either side of basically this like checkpoint almost. And one is a very large, very buff Minotaur fellow with kind of just like shoulder pad strap across his chest and a kind of light-ish armored loincloth, for lack of a better word, and a large great axe strapped to his back. And almost comedically next to him, the other guard appears to be a Duergar. Just a little dwarf fellow. This kind of like pale greyish purplish skin, purple eyes, these long white dreadlocks, nice big fluffy beard, looking a lot more armoured than the Minotaur.
It's
Warden,
gonna be a little awkward since the one only has a loincloth, and that's almost
Nothing.
Hi.
right at eye level.
Oh yeah.
yeah.
Uncomfortable.
Warden, as you step onto the airship dock, can you just roll me a d20?
Uh-oh.
Warden, why don't they wear pants here? I don't understand. It's a
Warden, what's
cultural
happened?
thing.
It's just the
Is
Minotaur.
Well, you see here, it's the climate here is very close to the Mediterranean Sea, so it can get very hot in the summer.
Okay, but then we saw skiing, so I'm very confused.
No, they were on flying brooms.
Yeah.
Oh,
The example was skiing.
I have no idea what's
The
going on. I'm
examples.
very off-put by someone not wearing pants. I don't understand.
Linger does not approve of this.
Perhaps we should be more respectful of other cultures.
Well, I was asking if it was cultural, and you said it was climate-based. So
Yeah, and cultural.
Climate and culture. The culture is
see.
influenced by the climate.
this is all very confusing. I don't like people.
So yeah, what would you guys like to do?
What was the D24?
It's a very good question, isn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
right. I guess we're gonna approach the guards, huh?
Yeah,
Oh, I thought- Are we still trying to be like clandestine and sneaky since we took like illegal passage here, or like what's?
I guess. I mean,
Yeah.
it wasn't.
Oh, wow.
It wasn't illegal.
Alright.
It was private.
That's gonna make it
Why
hard to
not?
get to garner
got
fame
smuggled.
if we're. That's all I'm saying.
Well, maybe we should go quietly through the guards, and then we can be noisy later.
So,
Yeah, once we start saving people and ridding the world, the Isle of Evil, and then we get our name out there. Okay, I like that.
Yeah.
So these are guards that like we have to pass by in order to get into the city, sort of thing. All right. I'll do the talking. How about?
Okay.
good deal.
Greetings. We are. Hello. We'd like to enter your fine city.
The Minotaur looks at Chester. Greetings. What brings you here?
Oh, a little of this and a little of that. Business and pleasure combined into one adventure.
I see. And which of these ships were you on?
Oh, that little dragonfly. It was hummingbird. We're looking one over there. The Bumblebee. I know it's confusing, Bumblebee, but it looks like a hummingbird. Ooh. I didn't
I
name it.
see. And you have your landing passes.
Yes. How much were those again? We forgot to purchase them. I'll be happy to pay you, of course.
As he raises an eyebrow at you and starts looking down towards the Duergar, who you can see is kind of sizing you guys up, and you watch as their The Dwergar's eyes kind of fall on the big, heavily armored one and is staring intently, getting his measure. A half-orc approaches the other two in very similar armor to the Dwergar. This kind of... basically, the easiest way to describe it is like this almost fusion of kind of Greek, Roman-esque style armor, quite similar to Warden's armor style.
Harmonica Man.
As Harmonica Man disembarks one of the nearby ships.
Okay.
He's
The-
following us.
The half-orc kind of slides up behind the Minotaur and pardon the intrusion. We've just received their landing passes, and you see as he kind of slides a pouch of gold into the Minotaur's hand.
Ooh.
Hmm.
And the Minotaur looks down, looks at you. My apologies, everything seems to be in order. Please, proceed.
Thank you.
Thank you both. Most kind.
Warden doesn't say anything.
And they, as Warden's kind of clanking on through, they both look towards him, and the Dwergar kind of raises a hand and, Sir, if I may, if you could keep the weapons to yourself inside the city, that would be much appreciated.
You just hear like his like neck joints like kind of rattle against each other as he just shakes his head up and down. And he'll just walk by nonchalantly. Just fly
Next.
casual.
So, you
We're here.
head on down the long winding staircase that wraps around the landing dock for Hapetra. And you are in Hapetra proper. It's a large-ish city. It's certainly not large by kind of Bimbledook or Thistlewood standards or anything like that, but for an island of this size, it is quite a large city. It's busy, it's bustling. There's a lot of kind of very stereotypical kind of Greek architecture and design to the buildings, and you can see rising up above kind of the top line of the buildings are the walls of this city. Very large, very imposing, and Warden, to your knowledge, very new. So what would you guys like to do?
Wow, this place is something else.
Hmm.
Yeah, very defensible looking.
Yeah.
Dude. Well, start. Might be best to question locals.
Yes.
Yeah.
Perhaps we could two boys, one stone this and find a nice inn to sort of get a base of operations in the region.
Sure.
Warden, have you been in the city before? I don't know if I asked you that.
Let me see. So Warden is from Bellica. Mitch, have I been in the city before? You didn't
If
play.
you want Warden to have been to the city previously, then sure. He
Oh,
probably
boy.
might have been. I don't see a reason why he wouldn't have been, so
have
entirely up to you.
I'll say Warden's probably been here a few times, mainly passing through though. So he has some knowledge of the city.
All right, well, if you know an inn that might be suitable, please have at it.
It has been some time.
I'll keep my peepers peeled for one as well.
Keep in mind, inns are a little different here.
What do you mean?
Well, they double as what you say, hospitals.
Oh,
Ooh, that's
really?
an interesting
Yes.
combo.
Also, you're only
Cool.
allowed one layer of clothing, so Mura's actually breaking the law right now.
Oh my god. Uh-oh.
In tier double as hospitals, also you're not allowed to drink inside of them.
Where do you go to
we should leave
drink?
this aisle. I don't like it.
Look, it was weird having to get over the fact that, like, on the mainland, that most inns double as ale houses. So
And the
This is
others
a
double as
shock.
something very different. You guys
I
do
know,
some
it's not
crazy
really
stuff in your taverns. Woo!
Oh my gosh.
talk about culture shock, I know.
So,
Yeah,
Surprise
okay,
me.
that's fair. That's fair.
It's a whole
So
different
do you
type of
go to-
healing.
do you go to drink somewhere else then?
Yes, there's typically an ale house of some sort.
Oh, okay. But
Also-
you don't sleep there.
No, well, not unless if you really try to.
I suppose
Okay.
there's some kind of logic there.
Also, you can buy food in the markets, but don't eat the food there. You have to take it elsewhere.
Why?
It's considered rude.
I guess that's fair. There's a lot of rules here.
Yeah,
There are lots
Too
of
many.
rules everywhere.
I don't like it. He's as they're walking, Chester's starting to look for any signs of thieves' cant as well that might direct to things of that nature.
Give me a perception check or an investigation check, your choice.
Almost the same, but I'll go perception. For a lucky 7.
At the moment, you're not picking up on anything. Might be because something about just how the buildings are designed is so different that it's throwing Chester. It might be that the marks may be hidden in different places here. But whatever it is, Chester just can't get a good read.
Well, let's find that inn.
You looking for an inn or an alehouse?
I think we're looking for an inn
Yeah,
because it's where we want to
start off
stay,
Okay.
and then we'll go
Yeah.
to an alehouse.
Cool. Not
Maybe
There
an
are-
inn near an alehouse.
There are
Am
bed
I-
and breakfasts.
Oh, B&B's.
Uh,
Let's do that.
Mitch, can I also pitch something to you as well?
sure.
Traditionally, like within kind of Hellenistic Greek, most cities actually had like a type of kind of like a forum, I guess, where citizens would just go to debate and talk to each other, kind of like think like how a coffee house kind of works, you know, or like a traditional coffee house where it's meant for socialization.
Yeah.
So
100%.
I don't know. He might recommend going to one of those places in order to discuss the goings on here.
I'd love to watch people debate.
Yeah, the art of debate and persuasion. Well,
One's sort
The only
of
issue-
is very
No, sorry,
important here.
continue. I was just going to make a shit joke.
I was just saying that one's rhetoric is very important to some.
That makes sense.
What was your joke, Mitch?
Yeah,
Oh,
make your
I
shit.
was, I was just going to say that the only problem with the debate places is there's always one guy that won't shut up about the droid attack on the Wookiees.
Oh
It
my
really
God.
wasn't worth being given any time.
Well,
He's
we
always
love
going
you,
on
and
about
here we
that.
are.
And yet he's off not like on some frozen planet. You
Yeah.
know? Like, why don't you go deal with the Wookiees, dude? You're playing on the worst map of Battlefront 2.
Oh my
Um,
gosh.
Cool. So, you head to the inn first.
Yes.
Ba-ba-ba-ba-ba.
Slash hospital.
Eels.
Circling back to my comment, that was the worst map on Battlefront 2. It was literally like 3 bridges. It's
Yeah,
all
it sucks.
pipelines. Anyway,
Good to know. I will never go there. I promise.
yeah.
Yeah, me too.
Um,
Just for you. Never have.
You can count on me.
No.
You head over. Warden knows enough to kind of navigate to where these sorts of places would logically be in this city. It might have changed since he's been here, or it might not be that he knows exactly where it is, but he knows enough about the structure of locations on the Silent Isle that he could fairly competently navigate to where one might be. With, of course, the assistance from Chester's feature that allows him to do similar from picking up from the talkings of townsfolk. You find yourself by a fairly nondescript building as far as taverns that the rest of you would be used to go, or inns rather, with just kind of a simple sign hanging out front that says Hapetra Inn.
Ooh,
Very straightforward.
The Hapetra Inn. Wow.
But as you head inside, the ground floor is somewhat busy. It seems to be here, there's just sort of a few tables here and there where people can kind of rest or relax a bit. As Warden had pointed out previously, there's no drinking you can see going on here, but there are people being kind of attended to. It seems like some of the tables are used for waiting, so someone might have sat down, someone comes over to speak to them, and they all get up and head to somewhere else in the inn, being led away by this attendant. And there is a large desk towards the back where you can see there's clearly someone who is kind of keeping charge of all of this.
I'm curious, in our walking through the city, have we seen anyone who looks like Ward?
In terms of just people in plate mail, or people who look like Warden when he showed you what he looks like with his helmet off?
Oh,
Yeah.
People in similar armor, not uncommon at all. It's not exactly the same.
Yeah.
As obviously Warden had mentioned previously, the armor was from his home, so it does stand to reason that the armor would be slightly different in different places, but the style and the overall vibe is very similar. There are a number of people that seem to be more like guards who are wearing similar armor to the Dwergar, or the Minotaur in some cases. But apart from that, no one seems to be openly walking about borged up.
okay.
All right. Just curious. Shall I get us a room?
Yes.
All right. Pardon me, good poison. If I could, I'd like to rent a room.
It's a lovely-looking Leonian woman with a very impressive hair/mane that sort of blends into one. I don't care if you don't think Leonian women should have manes. It's fun. All dwarf women have beards. All Leonins have manes.
Sure, get it, girl.
Yeah. It's
Um,
my world, says Mitch, and these
exactly.
are my rules.
I'm here for it.
Me too.
Your tiefling can be any color you want your tiefling to be.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Do people really have that strong of opinions about it not being?
Sorry,
any
have you
color?
met D&D players?
Yeah.
I haven't met one that's been like, oh, actually, the tiefling can't be that color.
Oh, people do.
Oh, yeah, they absolutely do.
I
But yeah,
quit that game.
Yeah.
She turns around. She's got lovely big green cat eyes.
Meow.
Aw.
And just kind of like
That's where I draw the line, Mitch. Lions should have golden eyes. They should have golden amber eyes. How dare you?
Overdone.
kind of like quite a simple kind of like ashy grey toga that's kind of affixed in place with a pin which bears the symbol of, drum roll please, ooh, Mostly because I momentarily forgot the name of my own deity. Uh, it is the symbol of Balthior, the overseer of dreams. And yes, I will copy and paste his name.
Aw, I thought it was gonna be one of Sem's friends.
Boo.
Boo.
Sims children win.
Yeah, wait, twins win.
Spanner Jr.
I think maybe Chester a little taken aback because he does like them hairy. So
All right. I thought he also liked them small, though.
yeah,
I was gonna say,
that's
Chester
the only
likes
thing.
them alive, right?
He
Like-
likes them small and hairy for some reason.
Hey.
So she's got half of it going. Oh, madam, yes. Room, please.
Certainly. How many rooms can I get for you?
I think, do we need one or do we need two? How are they? How many beds per room?
It entirely depends on the room you rent out.
All right, what is your largest, most impressive room?
That one has 7 beds
I'll take
and
it.
its own wash basin.
Ooh, baby. Yes. Ooh, is this a wash basin that could perhaps be filled by one of my stature? Or are we talking like a real basin?
It's a multi-person bathing utility.
I see.
Akin
bath
to
bomb.
a bathhouse, yes. But on a
like
smaller
a bath
scale.
bomb would might fit in. All right. Yeah, I'll take that. Why don't I rent it for? Well, what's the daily rate?
It is 2 gold pieces a night.
I will take it for 4 nights,
Very well.
and then we'll see how we do.
And she holds out a paw.
And then I scroll to my goals. So what? 8 math. Here you are. And what is
Thank
your
you very
name, if I may inquire? I am Chester.
You may the fuck not. Shit.
And
Didn't
you,
have a
sir,
name
over at that
prepared.
table, what is your name? Oh, and you at this table here. Pleased to meet you. I'm
I
Chester.
had
What's your
everything
name?
else ready to go and forgot to grab a name.
Yeah, that happens, buddy.
It's not super often I'm caught off by names. I usually have something to go.
Ooh, how about Nermal?
Normal. That's such an
There are some interesting names going on here.
Ebby, Lilith, Ren, Cadence, Bren, Delilah.
I am Gamma.
Gamma.
Well, I'm new to City Gamma, but so far I must say I found it most intriguing. And he gives a little of the old look down eyelashes action charm.
I could tell from the accent you're not from here.
Yes, I'm from far, far to the north.
How far north are you from?
Just about as far as you can go, to be honest.
Interesting. Are we talking like top of Azif or Halador
Yes.
Isles?
Oh, top of the world.
Fun.
Yeah.
Well, enjoy your stay.
I shall. Any local sites you could recommend?
There are a few. There is, of course, the debate hall in the center of town, the forum, as some might call it, when they remember what the name of these things are. If you're looking for a reputable ale house, my personal recommendation is the Cracked Chalice.
Chalice.
It's slightly more elegant than some of the others that we have here, and it's, whilst retired, kept by a wizard by the name of Bonda. So,
Bonda.
magical service to be expected.
Ooh.
Giggity.
Thanks, Lindsay. Thanks for that.
Uh-huh.
Well, you
There
know,
is, of course,
Oh, yeah, please.
there is, of course, the Grand Temple, which is near the Forum, and it, depending on what god you worship, there is a spot there for everyone to worship. Certain religious inclinations notwithstanding. And if you're intrigued by these sorts of things, there is to the south of the city. We don't really have a name for it, but it is a broken monolith that has been here as long as most of us can remember. And as far as the tales go, and as far as we have seen, whenever the town is under threat, it glows.
Ooh.
It's quite the tourist attraction until it starts glowing.
Yeah, this does seem to be quite a well-defended city, and judging by the sort of what I've seen, it seems the walls are newer than. Is that because of any recent attacks or some such?
The defenses were simply needed because this is a busy capital city. It needs to be more defensible, and the walls were built higher than they were previously.
Okay, I was just curious. Also, you have given me a very reputable tavern I might join to, but however, is there a disreputable tavern that I should really avoid, where, you know, thieves and cutthroats hang out, those sort of nasty individuals?
Yes, they are often confused, which can lead to some very nasty accidents, but the Viridian Goblet in the Craftsman District, it's not quite disreputable per se, but it is known for being frequented by adventurers, and it is well known that it has a large number of secret doors and passages, so less reputable people do often sojourn.
All right, well, let me just check with my compatriots here, see if they have any questions for you. Any of you want to ask this fine hostess here anything?
And she is fine.
My name's Jeff.
I don't get that reference, but
Really?
I do.
Whatever.
yeah, sorry.
The Zoomers out there would really love it.
One Zoomer liked it.
Is that because we're all on Zoom?
Yeah.
Oh man.
I don't have any questions. Nor does Rip.
I look over to Warden. Do you have any questions?
No. I'm good.
I don't
Thanks for
think
asking.
What do they call that big monolith? Just like big glowing monolith? Does it have like a name?
Are you asking her or Chester?
No, I'm asking her.
Oh, we don't really have a name for it. No, it's just the monolith.
I guess that makes sense.
It glows when orcs are here.
Chester immediately starts thinking how he can get it named after us. All right, put it on the list. Well, thank you. We shall go to our rooms and clean off the dust from our travels, perhaps.
Yeah. Yeah, let's do it. Let's do
Seems
that.
appropriate.
We go.
We go.
We're there.
Okay, you head up to the room. It's a very big room, with several kind of curtained off areas which contain each of the beds. Towards the center is this kind of large, effectively large stone basin that is about 6 foot in diameter, and is filled with water from the looks of it. You can see there are they're not glowing or anything, but you can see on one side of this stone ring there are 2 from the looks of things arcane sigils.
Hey, what kind? What do they do?
Linger heads over, casts a curious eye across the sigils.
Mhm.
They are very cleanly and perfectly engraved into the stone, and they're
Linger
also very,
approves.
very clearly
Awesome.
done in such a way that their purpose is as obvious as possible, presumably
Okay.
for anyone using it who doesn't know about magic or how to read sigils. And just immediately looking at it, you know that one sigil, if you place your hand on it, heats up the water, and the other one casts what is effectively a variation on prestidigitation to clean the water after use.
All right. She heats up the water and looks to Mira with an expression that says, "This is your time. Please come."
It's here. I throw in a bath bomb.
Just the one.
The entire inn
wait.
explodes.
I throw in another one, just for like good measure.
Chester's already got most of his clothes off as soon as the first one was in.
Okay. Well, as you settle in for your baths and whatever other activities you might want to get up to in this lovely shared room, shall we go ahead and end the session there?
Yes.
Yeah.
Cool. Mostly because I get the feeling from a couple of faces that were pulled that Ethan may have a question or two for me about some of the things he may or may not have seen on the map. But it's fine. Because you guys don't need to know about that yet. It's okay. Thank you all for watching and vibing with us.
Yeah. thanks for
Hopefully the
hanging
quality has been
out.
okay. It looked fairly decent for the most part, as best as I could tell. So thank you all for watching, and we will see you all. You what?
You didn't cut out at all this time.
Yeah, that's because I
that was
fixed the audio
great.
issues by just
Hell
going back to
yeah.
the settings that I had before. The classic fix. This worked, therefore return. But yes, thank you all for watching. We will see you all next time. Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.
Later.
End screen.